to Tana. Tana swings and drives it to deep right field. Going back is the right fielder Hill, and that one is gone! Watch it fly, Jose Tana on the top of the 10th. A nice little pass there to his man, and that's no good. By Daniels, now bringing it back up is McCollum. Will stop. 3 again. And again, he drains it. 11-2 Wizards. 3 threes in a row. Hands it off. Rodriguez up the middle. Touchdown, Commanders. Rodriguez with the touchdown run. Chris Rodriguez Jr. straight up the middle. Touchdown.
District Nation broadcasts are brought to you by Watch It Fly Media. Now, here's District Nation.
And welcome in, everybody, to District Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help out the channel just a little bit as we are here for the second game of a 3-game series between the Cincinnati Reds and the Washington Nationals. Welcome in, everybody, to some Washington Nationals baseball right here on District Nation. And the Nationals, after having a tough road time, little road trip there, the Washington Nationals come back here to D.C. They take Game 1 of this 3-game series, so we're here on Game 2 to see how they do as they face Chase Burns, possibly this Reds ace who has been really good. And on the other side, you're going to have awesome Andrew Alvarez. Andrew Alvarez will take the mound for the Nationals. Let's talk about yesterday just a little bit. Cade Cavalli had a little trouble. He did get the win, bringing him up to 9-5 on the year, but the one big thing is he gave up 3 home runs yesterday. Something you don't see a guy like Cade Cavalli do a lot. A guy who has been good at keeping the ball in the park most of the time, and yesterday gives up 3 home runs, but luckily 3 runs is all he needs really to give up to get the win. 5 runs from the Nationals, a part of 2 big things. Those things are Dalen Lyle and Harry Ford. Those 2 dudes, the reason we won, because they drove in all the runs. First inning, Dalen Lyle with a 3-run bomb to right field, and then Harry Ford later in the game sneaks out a ball to left center, just barely flicks it out of here. Good job by both of them. Harry Ford heating up a little bit. Dalen Lyle always red hot when he plays the Cincinnati Reds, so it's really great to see a guy like Dalen Lyle just do that. That Dalen Lyle still gets that. Another guy to watch tonight in the 9-hole is Jacob Young. Jacob Young is getting hot as well. Once again, congrats to Jacob Young for winning the Heart and Hustle Award for the Nationals. A guy who, since the All-Star break, is hitting .356 with a 108.3 OPS. Those are good numbers. And Jacob Young in the 9-hole. We talked about it earlier yesterday, how he was in the 9-hole a little bit. He was in the 9-hole, but here he is now in the 9-hole once again, but he was leading off a couple years ago, but on a good clip right now. A 360 clip over his last 15 games, where he does have a home run, 7 runs driven in, 14 hits, and a 274 clip over his last 30. All 100 games he's played this year is in center field, where he's been really great. Mr. C is here. He says, it's time for dinner with District Nation. Mr. C in the house while gardening. Mr. C, thank you so much for tuning in. Mr. C in the house while gardening. That is awesome. A little gardening there and listening to in on the Nationals game. Andrew Alvarez going to take the mound for the Nationals game right here. Awesome Andrew Alvarez. Looking good. Andrew Alvarez with the numbers. 2-3 with a 3.94. 16 games, 8 of them starts. He's going to make his 9th start on the season, and most of his work out of the bullpen was bulk relief. So he's good at working into games. And his last start, a previous start, was a good one where he went 6 1/3. That is a career high on innings. 6 1/3 innings worked. He does get credit, actually, for the game. He ends up getting credit for not a win, but he did well. 6 1/3, 3 hits, 2 runs. He got that little bit of recognition he needs. And yesterday's game was on par. You normally don't get. You don't beat the Nationals only scoring 3. 5 Nationals. Don't worry, scoring only 3. Nats normally don't win scoring only 3. Yeah, they scored 5 and they get the win. The thing about the Nationals is you're not going to beat them if you're in a close game. The Nationals aren't going to win in a close game. I meant that. The Nationals aren't going to win when they're in a 1-run game or a 2-run game. Yesterday, we're lucky in a 2-run game, but we put up 5 runs, which was really great. We put up halfway to 10 runs, really great there. And those are the situations where the Nationals win, where they put up runs, they get on base, they make chaos, they hit home runs, instead of going 8 innings from the starter shutout baseball, and then a closer comes in. Because right now, we don't really have a closer. Clayton Beeter is a good guy, a good pitcher overall, so he's good there. I really like seeing Clayton Beeter. They have Young on screen right now, but Clayton Beeter has been really good. I'm really liking what I'm seeing right now on a clip. I mean, a save yesterday, but today You get Andrew Alvarez, who does not traditionally work long into games. Andrew Alvarez is not your traditional guy. 6 1/3 is rare, and you got that in 81 pitches last time out for awesome Andrew at Philadelphia. A really great game on his part. And on the other side, you have a bulk reliever ready to go. Brad Lord, a guy who traditionally follows Andrew Alvarez. You'll see them kind of put together 7-8 innings where they can work that. The ninth inning, you bring in beaters. So an important thing tonight is that the Nationals put up runs, score quickly, get on the board, and score. Today, it looks like a good lineup. We'll get to the full lineups in a minute here, but Harry Ford taking out of the lineup for Kabert, but Kabert has been a good offensive catcher. He has been good on the offensive side of the ball, and I think what made him better was the limited starts. Instead of starting 160 games, hitting 240, he's giving less time. He's given less time, and he's doing well. I like that you're letting him play a little less, that your backups are getting more time. And now Keibert Ruiz, in his limited time, only 244 at-bats, is hitting 270, which is really good. That's 75 games. That is 75 games, and he's playing well in those 75 games. 7 home runs, 38 runs driven in. This is not your prototypical team. You're not going to see your catcher play 140 games and 20 for the backup. Right now, Harry Ford and Drew Millis have playing time because Drew Millis went down, but Harry Ford getting some playing time against lefties. Of course, Ruiz is a switch hitter, but they like Ford, who crushes lefties, to play against lefties. And, heck, even against righties, he gets a little time because he's a good hitter. This season, he's hitting 200 with a couple home runs, 6 runs driven in. He even has a stolen base, his first career stolen base, but through 35 at-bats, he already has 7 hits at the big league level. Good job on his part, because he's obviously going to get more time. That we could see him as a backup catcher. That soon enough, if Ruiz is your one locked-up player, if Ruiz were to go down, I am very confident with Harry Ford taking up a catcher everyday role where he plays most of the time because he's a very good catcher. What he does for this team is great. He's a good catcher. He's athletic behind the plate as well. He's not the best with ABSs, but the thing is, the Nationals have not been good with the ABS challenge, or really at all. The Nationals have not been able to settle in with the ABS. Maybe they should just take it away. Keep it for maybe Dalen Lyle, and that's it. Lyle hasn't been terrible with it. Abi Mellick really hasn't a chance to show it off. He's been doing it at AAA. Nunez is terrible. Do not let Nunez ABS anything. Jacob Young doesn't use it. Jacob Young is not aggressive at all. As we say that now, let's get going with the starting lineups for today's game. Let's get going starting with the road Cincinnati Reds, who are 56 and 59, fourth in the NL Central, and 15 and a half games out of first place. Leading it off is going to be the shortstop, Elly De La Cruz. Batting second is going to be their first baseman. His name is going to be South Stewart. Just a little nugget on South Stewart yesterday. 0 for 4, grounded into 2 double plays. So if he's runners on base, don't get too worried. Batting third in today's game is going to be Dane Myers. He's a center fielder. Batting fourth is going to be Eugenio Suarez, the designated hitter. A little thing on him, he had a home run yesterday, actually. Hits just around 200, but he's going to hit home runs. Batting fifth is going to be CJ Abrams, the left fielder. Batting sixth is going to be Matt McLean. He's your second baseman in today's game. Batting seventh is going to be the catcher, and that's Jose Trevino. Batting eighth is going to be Noel V. Marte. He's the right fielder in today's game. Another thing on him, he's hitting sub 200 at 198 in 177 at-bats this year. And yesterday, he was 1 for 4 on the day, but did have a stolen base in the game. And batting ninth is going to be their third baseman, Ke'Bryan Hayes. And on the mound is going to be Chase Burns. Good numbers for Burns, a guy who through his last 5 is 4-0 with a 2.33. And overall, he's been better, 13-1 with a 2.35. So he has been great. Chase Burns has been amazing. The Nationals are going to have to get to him early. Chase Burns has had some great starts of late. Once again for the Reds, that's De La Cruz, Stewart, Myers, Suarez, Blade, McLean, Trevino, Marte, Hayes, with Burns on the mound. Chase Burns, a guy who in his last start went 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. Recently didn't have a great start where he ended up going 5 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, only 1 earned, but walked 2 guys, only 4 strikeouts, 89 pitches, 58 strikeouts. In the month of July, he struggled a little bit with a 2.57, but those 2 starts, he had an earlier start where he gave up 2. He had an earlier start where he gave up 3. Had a great start against Seattle, but overall he did give up some runs in the month of July. And in August, he has 1 outing, and it's a 6-inning outing. So the Nationals are going to have to get to him. And now, the starting lineup for manager Blake Butera and your Washington Nationals, leading off the shortstop, number 5, CJ Abrams. Batting second, the first baseman, number 81, Abimelec Ortiz. Batting third, the right fielder, number 3, Dylan Cruz. Batting fourth, the left fielder, number 4, Dalen Lyle. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 20, Keibert Ruiz. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 84, Jorbit Vivas. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 26, Nasim Nunez. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 8, Jose Tena. And batting ninth, the center fielder, number 30, Jacob Young. And on the mound for your Washington Nationals, number 54, awesome, Andrew Alvarez. That is the starting lineup for your Washington Nationals. Let's get going, everybody. Charge! Just about get started any minute here, everybody. Going to get going with the first pitch. We are wearing the City Connect gear tonight. I wore it yesterday as well. But the Nationals are going to be wearing their City Connect jerseys. I'm not going to describe them, but there you go. This blue color, and then this hat is going to be the jersey they wear tonight. Reds will probably wear just their normal road gray. Andrew Alvarez does have an opener this time. Andrew Alvarez, not a guy who really has had an opener every time. He had Brad Lord open for him once, and he also had Paxton Schultz do the opening at one point. And as well, he's worked out of the bullpen a little bit. This is a guy who, at the AAA level, was always a starter. He always got the starts. And here he is at the Major League level, after working out of the bullpen in his first game, gets to be a starter because Jake Irvin ends up going down. And Andrew Alvarez is picking up the pieces. He's a hot day to work tonight. He has 94 degrees and partly cloudy. It's humid from D.C. So, tough night for him. We'll see how he does in this weather. I would love to see him go out and just have a great start. AAA, awesome Andrew Alvarez. Mr. C saying, let's go AAA. Yes, let's go AAA. Awesome Andrew Alvarez. Awesome Andrew. Going to take the mound here. A guy who he's been good. 2-3, 3.94, a sub-4 ERA. The big number, only 2 home runs given up. But this is Cincinnati Reds team who also had home runs off of Cade Cavalli last night. So the big thing is here, play to your strengths, work out of the zone. Awesome Andrew, not a guy who's going to go 5 innings and throw 40 pitches over that span. It's going to take him roughly 100 pitches to probably get through 6 innings. He's going to throw a lot of pitches, but he works out of the zone. So it is really important that you work on the edges, throw balls when you need to, and at the same time, don't walk too many guys, because that was something Alvarez started to do towards later starts before he got sent down again. Back in July, he was sent down to work on command. His command was good. He was throwing balls on purpose for the hitters to try to not hit the ball. He wanted to stay away from the barrel, and it worked. Over 64 innings, he has 63 strikeouts, 31 walks, though. So about a 2-to-1 ratio, strikeouts to walks, a 1.45 whip, but that great thing's the ERA at 3.94. This is going to be his 17th game, his 9th start. Let's get going, everybody. Curveball, fastball, slider, and sinker. He's going to bring you that. Almost 60% of the time is made up on the curveball and fastball, even more than that, really. Around there's the curveball and the four-seamer. He uses the four-seamer and the curveball out of the zone. Same with the slider. You'll see the sinker be used in the zone, but here we go, everybody. About to get underway here, just a little bit late at 6:47 as Andrew Alvarez steps onto the rubber right here. Alvarez will go into the line. First pitch to Elly De La Cruz is going to be swung on, lined right at the second baseman, Nunez, who makes a leaping play for out number 1. What a play by Nasim Nunez to get the game going. What a play by Nunez for out number 1. Spectacular play by Nasim Nunez. So great play by Nunez, leaping up and making the catch. So that's how we get going about 2 minutes late. First pitch is going to be, we're behind. It's a 1-2 count. My screen was behind. So first pitch seemed to be a strike looking, then another strike swinging, and now we're at a ball. So it's a 1-2 count. Excuse me, everybody. My TV lagged for a second, so I had to switch to a different channel and then go back. But now we're back. Here comes the 1-2 to South Stewart. Swinging a ground ball. This is towards Abrams, who backhands it in the hole. He'll fire to first in time for out number 2. The throw takes Abby off the bag, but he held his foot there just in time for out number 2, and there's 2 away. CJ makes a nice play towards the hole, makes a throw, a strong throw to Abby, who has to lean off the bag a little bit, takes his foot off, but he had the ball when his foot was there. Let's go. We're at 789 subscribers, everybody. Thank you so much to that new subscriber. We're one away from 790 now. We're getting closer and closer to 800. Let's see if we hit 800 today, everybody. 800. Let's see if we can hit it. That'll bring up Dane Myers, hitting 263. 3 home runs, 17 runs driven in. Here's the first pitch from Alvarez. Way upstairs with a curveball. Looks like Alvarez may have slipped off the mound there. That was nowhere near. That was nowhere near at all. We'll do a 1-0 here. That was nowhere near at all. First pitch today was at 7:47 p.m. Here comes the 1-0 Myers from Alvarez. That's going to be inside ball 2, the fastball at 92 miles an hour. It'll be a 2-0 count now. 2-0 here, 2 outs. Nationals, as I mentioned, wearing their City Connect jerseys, which I'm wearing right now. And Road Gray for the Reds. Here comes the 2-0 to Myers, and this is going to be swung on, grounded towards the hole. That's a base hit into left field. Abrams can't get there, so Dalen Lau will field it out there in left field. Base hit for Dane Myers. So a runner at first here with 2 away. Just kind of grounds that one where they aren't. Vivas kind of had to range over towards the hole, couldn't get it, and then Abrams thought he might lay out, but didn't. So that is a base hit towards Lyle and left. So now that'll bring up Suarez here with 2 outs and a runner at first. The designated hitter in today's game, Suarez. Alvarez steps onto the rubber now. He comes set. He's got the sign he wants. Here comes the first pitch to Eugenio Suarez in a lefty-righty matchup. Swing and a miss at a curveball, and it's an 0-1 count. Out in front of that 81-mile-an-hour curveball and swung on top of it. 15 home runs, 41 runs driven in. He was in the 5-hole in yesterday's game where he had a home run in the second inning. Here comes the 0-1 from Alvarez to Suarez. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, says first base umpire Kelly, and it is an 0-2 count. He did go on that one. Late call, and a late appeal from Ruiz as well. He thought maybe the umpire would call it anyway, so he appeals to the first base umpire who says he did go. So we have an 0-2 count now. That's our first base umpire, Dexter Kelly. Behind home plates, Eric Backus, the home plate umpire. Chris Siegels at second, and Laz Diaz is our guy at third as Alvarez steps off. Those are your umpires for today's game.
Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo!
So 0-2 here with 2 outs to Suarez now. Alvarez sets. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, ball 1. Ruiz keeps it in front of him. Fires to second. Runner on the move. Throw is not in time. No tag from Nunez at all. So diving into second is going to be Myers. So he's in the scoring position now. We'll do a 1-2 right here. So it was a curveball that stayed up and then died to the last second. Ruiz lets it go off his chest protector and then grabs it and throws it to second. Good jump by Myers there, getting into second. So there's a runner at second here with 2 outs and a 1-2 count now working. Looks like we don't have a call just yet on what they're going to call it a wild pitch. The 1-2, check swing. Did he go? No, says first base umpire Kelly, and it will be a 2-2 count. Say he didn't go that time. Wild pitch will send Myers to second base. So it will be a 2-2. Alvarez waits. The 2-2 to Suarez. Swinging a pop-up. This one is into shallow right. Cruz coming in. He's under it. Dylan Cruz waiting for it. And he makes the catch for out number 3, shielding his eyes from the sun. And that will end the inning. So the Reds do get a hit in the inning. They get a wild pitch, moving a runner to second. But in the end, 1 hit and 1 man left in scoring position. Went to the bottom of the first, everybody. Cincinnati, nothing. Nationals coming up right here on District Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in. And for our first kind of in-between inning thing, we're going to go over to something we did earlier in some streams. We're going to go over to the bobbleheads page because I felt like showing this off. The bobblehead collection. Ladies and gentlemen, bobbleheads. Those are my bobbleheads. That is some of the bobbleheads. I think that's my entire collection, those 2 shelves. It's really fun to show off these bobbleheads. There's mostly Nationals, and there's some Fredericksburg ones as well. Up on the top shelf, you can see some Fred Nats ones. That one, there's a Dan Coco bobblehead in there somewhere. The tiny one is the Dan Coco one, but it's cool to show off these bobbleheads as we get going here. For the bottom of the first, I'll just leave this up on screen as I'm talking. I have some other pages we can go to as well. It'll be Abrams to lead it off, and then Abimelech Ortiz and Dylan Cruz once again in the 3-hole in the bottom of the first here for the Nationals. We'll see how they do. Really important the Nationals get on the board early here. This is one of the best starters in baseball in Chase Burns. Last year, his numbers were not as good. That's the thing. His numbers last year did not look stellar. He had an ERA of 4.57 through 13 games, only 8 starts, 43 and a third innings worked, 45 hits, 25 runs. and that accumulated to an 0-3 record. He is 13-1 this year. He is really good this year. It is important that the Nationals get to him. And a guy who's really kind of flying below the radar doing this. He still gets a ton of strikeouts, but not, I wouldn't say, at least maybe if you're a DC fan, not a household name here. Not a name that I'd pull out of a hat as the best pitcher in baseball right now. Not someone I'd pull out easily. But CJ Abrams going to lead it off here against the righty Burns, wearing number 26 for the Reds. Majority lefties in this order. The only righties, you have Dylan Cruz as a righty, and then Jacob Young, and you got Ruiz and Nunez, two switch hitters. Chase Burns is going to work out of the windup here. Here comes the first pitch to CJ Abrams. Abrams, first pitch swinging, fouls off a 97-mile-an-hour fastball high and in, so it'll be no one count. So 0-1 right here. It's going to be Burns' 22nd start on the season, 2.35 ERA. Maybe not the best with the ERA, but the strikeout numbers and the fact that he's done it in so little innings. Here comes the 0-1 Abrams, and Abrams takes a fastball upstairs, ball one. So that'll even up the count at 1-1 now. It's important that maybe a runner gets on here early, and a run being manufactured early in this game would be great. Here comes the 1-1 Abrams, and he takes a slider in there, called strike two. That one looked a little inside. I don't think Abrams liked the call. Looking at the replay, that one was nowhere near the zone, almost off by a full inch. But we'll do 1-2 right here to Abrams, who has 28 home runs this year, 88 runs driven in. The 1-2, and Abrams swinging a miss at a slider low and in. Burns pulls the string on a slider and gets Abrams to chase for out number one. Man, there it is. I mean, he sets him up well, goes to the looking slider, and then can just go to a slider low and in. A guy, Chase Burns, most of his strikeouts, to lefties especially, are going to be on the low and inside slider, while a lot of his fastballs are going to be in the zone. You're going to see a lot of the fastballs are in the zone. He rarely will throw the slider for a swinging strike in the zone, as that one is swung on and missed on a slider, and we'll do 0-1 now to Abimelec Ortiz. Highest whiff rate pitches, Chase Burns' slider is first place right now at 51.6. That is a dangerous pitch. It'll be 0-1 here to Abby. Here's the pitch to Ortiz, and he hits this one fouled on the first base line. It'll be an 0-2 count. Man, working into his count would be great as well. Get him out of the game. Abimelec Ortiz up here immediately to 0-2. In limited ABs, already has a home run and RBI. Here comes the 0-2 to Ortiz, and that is a fastball upstairs, ball one, so it'll be a 1-2 count. I mean, he has been in the triple digits, I think, a few times. In the month of June, he hit there a couple times, up to 105 pitches. 106 on July 8th. The 1-2, and Ortiz hits this one left field, foul ground, and it will go out of play on the third base side. So we do 1-2 again right here. So he's throwing a lot of pitches in games. This month, he threw a start against Pittsburgh where he went 6 innings, 88 pitches. So he can complete a lot of innings with little pitches. It'll be a 1-2. Burns will now go back into his wind. Here's the 1-2 to Ortiz. Abby swinging a fly ball, hit out to right, but coming in is the right fielder Marte. He's under it, and he makes the catch for out number 2, and there's 2 outs now. Ortiz flies out to right field. So there's 2 outs now. That'll bring up DC3 right here. Dylan Cruz will come to the plate. DC going to come up to face Chase Burns right here. This season, Cruz just trying to get that OPS and that on-base percentage up. 217 on the average, 295 on base, and a 660 OPS. Would be really great for him to find it with the average. Here comes the first pitch to Cruz, and that's upstairs with a slider, ball one. So do 1-0 right here. Career, he has 656 ABs at the big league level to accumulate to a 213 average, where he has 22 home runs. Has a little pop in that bat. 9 home runs this year. Here's the 1-0 to Cruz. Swinging a foul ball on a slider. So do 1-1. He fouls that one off. So do 1-1 right here. Cruz looks good in that City Connect jersey, though. Kind of matches him. I feel like he just looks good in it. He also wears a lot of dark blue gear, though. So kind of dark blue with the blue jersey. Here's the 1-1. And that's outside with a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. So do 2-1 right here. But the Nationals, Dylan Cruz has found himself in the 3-hole a little bit. He's got some pop, and at the same time, he can be a 3-hitter who can drive in runs with sac flies, ground outs. He's not just going to hit home runs. Here's the 2-1. Cruz swinging a miss at a 99-mile-an-hour fastball, just a bit upstairs. So do 2-2 right here. Wow. Blows him away, almost hits triple digits with that one. But do 2-2. Burns. He's looking in for a sign. He takes a deep breath, and now he's ready to go the wind. He steps back. Here comes the 2-2 to Cruz. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line. This is hooking. It is foul down the line. Just barely. Can't be fair. That one goes down the right field line and just misses fair territory for a foul ball. That one was roasted as well. Went oppo on one of the better pitchers in the league, but it just goes foul. So I have to do 2-2 again. Husker Nation is here. What's up, Husker Nation? He says, just subbed. Keep up the good work, youngster. Thank you so much for those nice words, Husker. Thank you for subscribing, helping out the cause. Now we're just 11 away from 800. Thank you so much for the kind words and the sub. So do 2-2 right here. Burns, waiting for a sign. He goes in the wind. The 2-2 to Cruz. Low ball 3 with a slider, so to be a 3-2 count. Burns probably wanted him to chase that slider. It's a little bit low. But we'll do 3-2 now. So far, all he's seen is sliders and fastballs. Nothing else from Burns to Cruz. So we'll do a 3-2 count now. Burns into the wind. Here's the pitch to Cruz. Cruz fouls back a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Just gets enough of that one to foul it back. So we'll do 3-2 again right here. 3-2, 2 outs, a 7-pitch AB so far. This will be the eighth pitch, but 16 pitches first inning. That's good if you want to get him out of this game. Here comes the 3-2 to DC. Cruz swinging a miss at a slider low and away. Second strikeout for Chase Burns. That'll end the inning. Cruz goes and chases that slider. That is a good pitch from Chase Burns, and that will end the inning. 1-2-3. Go the Nationals to the bottom of the first. We are through one inning. Zeros across the board. Cincinnati 0, Nationals 0. Right here through one inning. One to the second right here on District Nation. Do Blade, McLean, and Trevino for the Reds in the second inning as they get to work there. Awesome. Andrew going to head out there for a second inning of work. Andrew Alvarez will head out back to the mound. The guy, he's been good. That's the thing. Andrew Alvarez has been good so far through one inning. He gave up that one hit, but worked around it. He threw a wild pitch, but he worked around it, really. That was kind of his thing. The question is, how long can he last? Because you want to win the game. That's the thing. You want to try to win as many games this year, but do you want to use Lord in a game like this? Or save him for tomorrow, because the Nationals haven't even announced a starter yet. The Nationals don't have an announced starter. They do have starters in the bullpen. So far, Alvarez at 13 pitches through one, Burns at 17. But so far, the Nationals haven't announced a starter for their Peacock game tomorrow. It'll be Singer for the Cincinnati Reds, but TBD for the Nationals. You got to wonder who are they going to put out there. Maybe Trevor Williams? If Williams doesn't pitch tonight, and it's obvious that he should have, maybe they're going to give it to Williams and go a bullpen game. Let's say Carson Palmquist get the opener, and then Williams takes over, goes about 4 or 5 innings, and then you just go from there. Maybe use Brad Lord, use a bullpen game. But I don't think the words Nationals and bullpen game really go well together. I would like to see our bullpen do well. I'd love to see it, but if you're doing a bullpen game, it's going to be tough, and you're going to need a lot of runs from the offense because the bullpen is not a shutout bullpen, at least not our bullpen. We give up runs. We will give up runs. It's tough to battle back. But here we go, top of the second. JJ Blade going to get it going here in the top of the second for the Reds, facing off with awesome Andrew Alvarez. Here's the first pitch. Alvarez into the line. The pitch to the fellow lefty Blade. First pitch, and he grounds this one right at the second baseman. Nunez has to range over, fields it, throws it to first in time for out number 1. So one pitch and one out for awesome Andrew Alvarez, who continues to do exactly what he does, and that is be awesome. So there's one out now. That'll bring up Matt McLean with one gone. He's the second baseman in today's game. Went out. Looks like today for the Nationals was a Hawaiian shirt giveaway because Kevin Franzen is wearing a Hawaiian shirt. And a lot of fans seem to be wearing that Hawaiian shirt. Interesting choice for giveaways. That's going to be in there. Called strike one. I mean, if it works, it works. A giveaway like that where you just give away a Hawaiian shirt, especially in the summer. We'll do 0-1 after that 93-mile-an-hour fastball right in the zone. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be a curveball outside ball 1, so do 1-1 count. Can't clip the zone. So do 1-1 right here. 1-1 with a 1 out. Top of the second inning. McLean sub 200 with the average. Here comes the 1-1 from Alvarez. That's going to be swung on and fouled back on a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. And we'll do 1-2 right here. But Matt McLean, a guy who's been with the Reds for a good amount of time. A good amount of his career has been spent with the Reds organization in general. All his major league time has been with the Reds as well. Looks like he was drafted by him. Here comes the 1-2 to McLean. Upstairs, ball 2 with a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. That was that chase fastball. Try to get him to chase something upstairs. McLean does lay off. 195 from McLean this year with 10 home runs, 28 runs driven in. Here comes the 2-2 from Awesome to McLean. Swinging a ground ball, foul, and we'll do 2-2 again. Just fouls off the curveball. Alvarez just now touching 18 pitches on the pitch count here in the second inning. Through 1 1/3 innings worked. Alvarez could use just a ground ball out right here. Sure, he's not a guy who's going to strike out too many guys. First 5 face, he doesn't have a strikeout, but a ground ball pitcher. When Alvarez is getting ground balls and he's getting swings and misses, it's going to go well for Alvarez. Here comes the 2-2 to McLean. He delivers, swinging a foul off his foot, so do 2-2 again. McLean's working a good AB so far. The pitch sequence, a fastball, then a curveball, then 2 fastballs, then 2 curveballs. So it looks like he's going in a pattern here. 1 of each pitch, then he threw 2 of each pitch, so now he's going to throw 3 fastballs in a row. Maybe. Here comes the 2-2 to Alvarez, from Alvarez. That's low and inside with a slider, so do 3-2 now. Tomorrow, the Nationals with the early slot game. The Washington Nationals will take on the Reds for the series finale here from D.C. at 12:15. That'll be the earliest game of the day. The Peacock morning game. We'll be on the mic for that, so it'll be 3-2. Alvarez goes into the wind. Here comes the 3-2 to McLean. Swinging a fly ball, foul on the right field line. We'll do 3-2 again. But that's the earliest game you'll see really for the Nationals. Early slot for them. I don't think the Nationals have had the home game early slot yet this season, as we'll do 3-2. Alvarez will go into the wind right here. Here's the 3-2 to McLean. Upstairs, ball 4. Loses him with a fastball upstairs. And Matt McLean's going to take a walk here, so there'll be a runner at first here with 1 out. Awesome issues his first walk of the game. After facing 5 hitters, he issues the first walk. So that'll bring up Jose Trevino with 1 gone and a runner at first. Trevino coming up to the plate now. 253 average with 4 home runs, 12 RBIs. You don't recognize the name because Tyler Stevenson did the catching yesterday. Alvarez, first pitch to Trevino. That's going to be swung on and missed on a curveball. Oof. He got Ruiz on the backspin. On the backswing, Trevino nails Ruiz with the bat in the head. Oof. That had to hurt. Trevino took a big hack at the curveball, swings the bat all the way around, and hits Ruiz on the mask. That has to be uncomfortable for the catcher. So do 0-1 now. Trevino immediately turned back to make sure he's okay, and we'll check again, but Ruiz seems to be okay. So do 0-1 right here. I mean, Stevens is hitting the cleanup role, and then the next night, he's out of the order. Seems like something the Nationals would do. Here comes the 0-1 from Alvarez. Swinging a chopper in front of the plate, but foul. So do 0-2 again. That's that sinker thrown for a fair ball, for a strike. You'll see that a lot. The sinker is going to be thrown for a strike. Pitches like the slider and the curve aren't going to be for a called strike a lot. You're going to see him use him as a chase pitch a lot. Fastball, you might even use him, go out of the zone a little bit. But the pitch for in the zone, the sinker can be used as a 3-0 pitch to get something in there. You'll see it a little bit because he uses it kind of as a escape pitch. And it works for Alvarez, it works for me, and it works for the fans. So do 0-2 right here with a 1 out. Trevino facing Alvarez. Alvarez looks in for his sign. He's ready and he comes set. Here we go to Trevino. He waits. Now here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to center. Going back is Young, but he's under it. Young has found it. And he makes the catch for out number 2. And there's 2 outs now. So 2 gone here. Gets a ground ball. A walk. Now a fly ball. Only his second fly ball out now in this game. 2 outs now. That'll bring up Noelvi Marte. Noelvi Marte will take to the plate now. Marte will step in. I believe there's no relation between Noelvi Marte and Starlin Marte. Just a popular nickname there. Alvarez sets. He'll face the righty Marte. He waits. Here's the pitch, and he'll go over to first. Back in safely is going to be McLean. Alvarez just kind of lobs it over there. Give him a check. I don't know how much McLean's going to be going while facing a lefty arm. I don't know how many runners even have the green light when there's a lefty out there. Alvarez sets. Here's the first pitch to Marte. That's going to be a curveball inside, ball 1. Almost clipped his own, but it doesn't. So do 1-0 right here. Noelvi Marte, a sub-200 average at 198 with 6 home runs and 15 runs driven in his 177 ABs through this season. That is only 57 games. Alvarez sets. He stares at McLean, then goes to the plate. This one is chopped in front of the mound. Alvarez can't get to it. Nunez blocked by the runner. Goes to first. Not in time. There's got to be an obstruction call there. McLean was running and got in the way of Nunez. He kind of stopped on purpose. So Nunez is making some angry faces, but that's a ground ball to Nunez. He fields it, threw it to first, not in time, not hit hard at all, but Matt McLean kind of got in his way. He maybe didn't stand still, but he still, you could tell he was trying to be in the way. I don't like that call. As they're looking at it again, he easily beat it. But runners at first and second here with 2 outs. And now to now bring up Hayes here. Ke'Bryan Hayes will hit with a runner in scoring position and a runner at first. Cummings sets Alvarez. Here comes the first pitch to Hayes. He takes a pitch upstairs, ball 1 with a fastball, so do a 1-0 count. We'll see if they give him a base hit on that little dribbler towards the second baseman, Nunez. But we'll do 1-0 right here to Ke'Bryan Hayes, who's hitting 143. The 1-0 to Hayes. This one is going to be in there, called strike 1 with a curveball. So do 1-1 right here. 1-1 with 2 outs in the top of the second inning. That one just grounded towards the second baseman for a knock. Really annoying when the runner gets in the way. But as a runner, if they're not going to call it, you might as well get in their way. The 1-1 is grounded towards the shortstop, Abrams. He fields, throws to first in time for out number 3, and that will end the inning. So after the base knock and a walk, they end up getting the ground ball they need. And that will end the inning, everybody. 1 hit in the inning, 2 runners left on base. 1 to the bottom of the second. It is still Cincinnati 0, Nationals 0, right here on District Nation. Dalen Lau going to lead off, hitting in the cleanup hole. I wonder how a guy like Dalen Lau is going to fare against Chase Burns, a hard thrower. Is Lau going to jump on that first pitch if it's in the zone? I mean, Burns, he's obviously showing you he's going to throw the slider a lot, and it's hard to hit that slider. So the question has to be right now, really, and it's a has, is he going to throw a fastball first pitch or an off-speed instead of the slider? Would love to see just really anything right now. Would love to see Lau swing first pitch, a guy who's hitting 244 in the season, a 296 on base percentage. Over his last 7, struggling a little bit. Broke out of it, though. He has 2 home runs over that stretch, a 190 average, 4 hits over that time, 5 runs driven in, a couple home runs, 7 strikeouts over the time with a 261 on base percentage during that last 7 clip. Would love for him to put it out. Did I hear you correctly? 3 sub-200 players. 3 players in the Reds lineup are sub-200 hitters. Yes, Mr. C. Probably Mr. C. I think you did hear me correctly, but the big reason being that they're facing a lefty, and like the Nationals, the Reds adjusted their lineup very heavily around the pitcher they're facing. They're stressing very heavily of the pitcher they're facing. So a guy like Andrew Alvarez can mess up their order. They're going to want more righties in the order, and maybe their righties aren't as good as their lefties. Maybe that's just how it is for them. Their lefties are good hitters. Same with the Nationals. Our lineup gets messed up when we face a lefty because we have to throw in our righties. Chaparro, a good power hitter, but isn't great with the average. We have seen that. And another situation where you have, look at Harry Ford, just around 200 when he faces lefties, but he's a good catcher. It's just the limited time is hurting him a little bit. As Lyle will step in now. Not too many of the Nationals are sub-200 with the average. Burns into the wind. First pitch to Lyle is going to be inside, ball 1 with a fastball, so will be a 1-0 count now. Lyle over 200. Tenna is also over 200. Young over there. All the guys at the bottom of the order, Vivas, Nunez, Tenna, all over 200. Here's the 1-0, and Lyle swings and fouls this one off. Third base side, just gets a piece of that 97-mile-an-hour fastball. So it will be a 1-1 count. Dalen Lau last year had his breakout year through 91 games at the big league level, hit 299 with 9 home runs and 11 triples. Here's the 1-1. Lyle takes a fastball inside, ball 2. What are you going to do about that when a guy hits more triples than home runs? Interesting. This year only 5 triples and 15 home runs, but 5 triples, still good. Dalen Lau has 6 home runs against the NL Central as well this year. The 2-1, and Lau grounds this one down the first base line. Foul. So do 2-2 now. Dalen Lau just, I think the big thing with him is on base percentage. Doesn't draw too many walks. He has 28 walks this year. a sub 300 on base percentage. I would really like him to get it over 300. With a 240 average, you should be able to get the on base over 3 because you're drawing your walks, you're reaching on errors, fielder's choices. He doesn't do that much. He strikes out a lot as well. It'd be a 2-2. Here's the pitch to Lyle. Lyle swinging a miss on a slider low and inside. Strikeout number 3 for Burns, and that is out number 1 in the inning. Already has 3 strikeouts in the game. Burns getting the chase. All 3 strikeouts are swinging so far, and that slider is doing its job right now. So 1 out. That'll bring up Keibert Ruiz. A good pitch from Burns. Over the top slider. Not much sidearm angle there. Just over the top. Has some great movement. Burns' first pitch to Ruiz is going to be a slider in the dirt, ball 1. Notice sometimes you'll see lefties or even righties as well where their slider isn't over the top. And right here, Chase Burns, he emphasizes being over the top, really. You're seeing his arm angle very over the top. Burns will go into the winder now. Ruiz going to take a timeout right before he goes. So do 1-0 right here. Pitch clock was about to go off as he did. That was around 2. Burns was ready to go, but instead a timeout called by Ruiz, the catcher in today's game. Here comes the 1-0 to Keibert. And Ruiz takes a slider inside, ball 2. So far, 2 sliders for 2 balls. Burns probably hoped he could get a chase before that moment at some point, get at least 1 chase, but he doesn't. We'll do 2-0 right here. Burns will go into the line. Here's the 2-0 to Ruiz. Ruiz takes a fastball in there, called strike 1, so it will be a 2-1 count now. Replay, that one did clip the zone just barely. Had enough in the zone where if he had ABS'd it would have been a called strike, though. So it'll be 2-1. Burns will go into the line. Here comes the 2-1 to Ruiz. Ruiz swings and fouls off a slider at 88, so it'll be a 2-2 count. Well, good so far. He has seen 3 sliders. 2 of them have been balls, and he got a piece of the third one that was sort of in the zone. So he's seeing the slider well so far. Once again, as I mentioned earlier, Ruiz is really the Nationals' only guy we really gave a big contract. Here's the 2-2 to Ruiz. Ruiz grounds this one towards the second baseman. He fields cleanly. He'll fire this one over to first in time to Stewart for out number 2. So Ruiz grounds out. That is 5 up, 5 down for Chase Burns. Already has a perfect game going. I will say it again. Chase Burns has a perfect game. Chase Burns has a no-hitter going. He has a perfect game going. Down now bring up Jorbit Vivas here. With 2 outs, Jorbit will come to the plate, a lefty hitter. Third baseman who's seen time at second as well. Here's the pitch to Vivas, and that's inside, ball 1 with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. It will be a 1-0 count. Yes, once again, Burns has a no-hitter. Burns has a perfect game. Burns will go into the wind here. Here comes the 1-0 to Vivas. Jorbit takes a slider low and in, ball 2, so do a 2-0 count now. Jorbit Vivas right here. You can't just say his name as Jorbit, or you got to say Jorbit Vivas. There's no other way to say it. Here's the 2-0 to Vivas, and he takes a fastball upstairs, ball 3 to be a 3-0 count. A guy who's hitting 236, a 324 on base percentage. Just the OPS, man. 6.51. Doesn't have a lot of extra base hits, only 3 extra base hits on the season. Here comes the 3-0 to Vivas, and he takes a fastball inside, ball 4 is. Or excuse me, he has more than that. He actually has 12 this year. That was last year. He has 8 doubles, a triple, 3 home runs, and 18 runs driven in. Jose will come to the plate now. Jose. Or excuse me, first Nunez will come to the plate. Nasim Nunez. Nunez will come to the plate first. Good job by Vivas, working a quick walk there. There goes the perfect game. Runner at first for Nunez. Here's the pitch to Nunez. Swinging a fly ball. This one is down the left field line. It will go out of play. So do 0-1. But Nasim will come to the plate now. A guy's been seeing big league action since 2024. This is the first year he's given an everyday spot on any roster. The Marlins were the one to develop him, and then he gets taken by the Nationals in the Rule 5 draft. Plays 51 games in 2024, hitting 246. Then it's a September call-up in 2025. Now back over to first, and back in safely is going to be Vivas. I see what you're doing here, sir. By calling out the no-hitter in perfect game, you jinx the perfect game. Exactly. And Mr. C, you know I am one who has blown so many of those. Here comes the 0-1 to Nunez, and he grounds this one towards the second baseman. Fields cleanly. He'll go to first in time For out number 3 of that in the inning, Nunez is out on the play. So a walk in the inning, but still no hits. So still a no-hitter through 2. 1 man left on base, no hits. We're through 2, everybody. Cincinnati 0, Nationals 0, right here on District Nation. But I have to call it out because for one, many times have blown perfect games from no-hitters by accidentally slipping up. And I have blown it. So here, I'm going to say it as much as I can. So we go to the top of the third, everybody. Just here, going to throw this on the screen because I haven't thrown it up in a minute. We're getting closer and closer to football season. You just saw the Hall of Fame game recently. The Hall of Fame game was played. I was at the beach during that. I got to watch it from the hotel on vacation. But if you need football coverage, check out Pure Adrenaline Football, featuring all your favorite creators and teams. Thomas Fitzpatrick, Pure Adrenaline Sports. So many creators have joined. Plus my Commanders coverage. You'll have exclusive videos over there such as Roundtable, fantasy projections, and then the previews you see over on this channel as well can be found on Pure Adrenaline Football. And you have creators over there who are covering different teams. So we're going to cover a lot of teams this year. Really excited to do it. Get into the football world, the fantasy football world during September, October months as well. You can scan that QR code now to subscribe or go to YouTube and just look up Pure Adrenaline Football. The logo is right above me. That's what our logo looks like. It's a really cool logo, to be honest. So check out all the content over there at Pure Adrenaline Football. Now, please subscribe. Help out the channel just a little bit. We are through 2 innings, everybody. Went to the third. Awesome Andrew back out there after 2 decent innings of work. It'll be De La Cruz, Stewart, and Myers, the top of the order for the Nationals in the 3rd inning. Really important right here. Nationals just, Awesome Andrew needs to hold them down. Give us good 4 or 5 innings, and I'll be happy. That's my opinion. Give us a good 4 or 5 innings, and I will be happy. Not too much to make me happy right now. Not too much is going to take for me to be happy. As Awesome Andrew will get ready here, he will go and get ready to go into the wind. He'll face Elly De La Cruz, the switch hitter from the right side. Here's the first pitch to De La Cruz. That's going to be in there, called strike 1 with a changeup. So it will be an 0-1 count. Awesome Andrew at 32 pitches now. Alvarez into the wind. Here comes the 0-1 to De La Cruz. Swinging a chopper up the middle, but the second baseman Nunez is there. He fields, fires in time for out number 1. So the Nationals get a quick out there. Alvarez doing what he needs to do, getting ground balls, getting easy outs. That's all he needs to do to cruise through this game. It'd be really great if that's what Awesome Andrew can do for us. Football question. Will Diggs lead the team in receptions? That is a really good question, Mr. C, and I think he will because Jaden Daniels is going to throw to him a lot. Stephon Diggs was one of the top receiving percentage. Success rate was high for him last year with Drake May. Here's the first pitch to Stewart. That's going to be in there, called strike 1 with a sinker, but his success rate was so high last year. He was in the 80s with success rates. Diggs was catching so much. If JD passes to him a lot, he will lead our team in receptions. Here comes the 0-1 to Stewart. Curveball in this one. That's a slider he fouls off first base side. It'd be an 0-2 count. To South, Stewart hitting .254 on the year. 87 RBIs up there in RBIs leaders behind CJ. CJ Abrams at 88. On the year. That's why I don't like him in the leadoff spot, because in the leadoff spot, you don't have as many chances for RBIs. Alvarez into the wind. The 0-2 to Stewart. Way upstairs with a fastball at 92 miles an hour. Nowhere near at all. So do 1-2 right here. That one was nowhere close. So do 1-2. And I do think that Diggs will lead our team in receptions if everyone here, or most of the DC fans here, are Commanders fans. Alvarez will go into the wind. Here's the 1-2 to Stewart. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to left, but going back to left fielder Lyle, he's under it. Now he takes a few steps in, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So a couple quick outs for Awesome Andrew, who just continues to cruise out there. Let's go, Awesome Andrew. Keep cruising, Awesome. Just keep cruising, Awesome.
Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
Awesome Andrew Alvarez. A weaponized arm. I mean, he's got that good fastball in the low to mid-90s, and he can complement it with the fastball and the slider. Really like what we're seeing from Awesome Andrew here, who, when we get all our good players back, I'd love to see him out of the bullpen a lot. Here's the first pitch from Alvarez, and that's going to be right in there. Called strike 1. Dane Myers is not swinging at all. He's just taking. So to be 0-1 there. Wasn't going to swing at all at that one. Looking at the replay, that was almost fully in the zone, so a good call there by home plate umpire Backus. The 0-1 from Alvarez, and Myers swings and pops this one up. Shallow right center. Coming in as Cruz and Young. Going out as Nunez. It'll be Dylan Cruz to make the catch for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Awesome. And we'll head to the bottom of the third, everybody. 3 innings worked by Awesome Andrew Alvarez. 3 strong innings of scoreless baseball. Bottom of the third we go. Still 0-0 right here on District Nation. Interesting there. That triangle formed again ever since opening weekend when the Nationals had that little mishap. I think it was Dalen Lyle and Nasim Nunez. Nunez goes out, Lyle's coming in, and they collide out there. That was in Chicago when the Nationals were in Wrigley Field with the Cubs for opening weekend. Ever since then, I've been so nervous when one of those triangles forms out there in the outfield. Even when 2 guys are out there in the outfield, when you see left, right, or center, right, and second base all going out, I get so nervous because I know something will happen. I just really hope nothing really happens anymore, that they figure out communication ever since then. It'll be Tenna, Young, and Abrams for the Nationals in the bottom of the third, so you can get to Chase Burns right here. Looking at this matchup, I mean, you had Awesome versus Chase Burns. I expect a little scoreless baseball. Now we have 5 scoreless frames thus far. Some good frames, and so far in the game, only 2 hits. The Nationals need to get a hit. Both the hits are to the Reds. The Nationals need to get a hit on the board. Do not get no hit by Chase Burns. Don't get no hit. I mean, best offense in the league getting no hit by Chase Burns through 2. But they'll explode. That's the thing about the Nationals offense. Second time through, they explode. I'd really love for them to do that there. Jose Tenna going to lead off, a guy who's been through this order. You've seen him in the 2-hole. You've seen him in the 3-hole. And right here, he's in the 8-hole. He's been in the 7-hole. He's been middle of the order. He has been everywhere, really. He has been everywhere. And a guy whose average has been up and down, 238 with 5 home runs, 21s driven in, and a clip of 77 average, 0.77 over his last 13 at-bats, 1 for 13 with 3 walks. Over his last 30, though, 273, a little stronger with a couple home runs over that stretch, but his last few, he's been struggling a little bit. Find the stride he had earlier this year, 238, this year 243, last year the pitch to Tenna, swing and a miss. At a 96-mile-an-hour fastball to be 0-1 count. He got first pitch fastball, but he can't hit it. So do 0-1 right here. Here comes the 0-1 at Tenna. Tenna takes a changeup in there, called strike 2 to be 0-2 count. Over that stretch, he's only struck out 4 times out of 13 ABs. Usually you see a lot more strikeouts when a player is struggling like that. Instead, he's just been putting the ball in play and not finding holes. Here comes the 0-2 to Tenna. Swinging a line drive center field. That's a base hit. Jose Tenna. There goes the no-hitter. Tenna roasts one into center field. Jose with a base hit to center field to break the streak a little bit. A 1 for 13 clip. What better way to break the slump than a nice little base hit? Tenna was in the game yesterday. He had a base hit in the 7th inning, so really, it's not a bad stretch anymore. His last 2 ABs are base knocks, and out of his last 4 plate appearances, or at least 5 plate appearances, he's on base 3 times. Burns set at the belt. Here comes the first pitch to Jacob Young. Young takes a slider, and they're going to say he went. No, says first base umpire Kelly. So to be a 1-0 count. Young started the bat, was able to hold it back, though. Young hitting 243, but we talked about that red-hot stretch he has going right now. Tenna with a good lead. Here comes the 1-0 to Young. That's in there. Called strike 1 with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. It'll be a 1-1 count now. Good stretch of baseball played by Jacob Young. Been on the team since 2023. His entire career's been in D.C. Swing and a miss on a slider low and away. Drafted and developed by D.C. 375 clip over his last 7. 6 for his last 16. 11 for his last 34. Even over his last 30, 284. That's still a really high average. But we'll do 1-2 right here to JY. He's only struck out 4 times through his last 16 at-bats. Here's the 1-2. Young takes a pitch way outside ball 2. Almost got away from the catcher, Trevino. It'll be a 2-2 count. Trevino just barely gets a glove on it to keep it in front. Then he bounces up to check on Tenna, who is not on the move. But that one was nowhere close to the zone at all.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
So Young now has a 2-2 count on him. Burns comes set in the righty-righty matchup. Set at the belt. Here comes the 2-2 to JY. And he'll go back over to first. Back in safely on a dive is Tenna. Sets the first disengagement by Chase Burns. Even of the game, because this is the first time he's working out of the set at all. First 6 guys, the order, even first 7 guys, you don't even get a hit, and then your 8-hole hitter comes up, trying to get a base knock. We'll do a 2-2 now. Here comes the pitch to JY. Young swinging a fly ball. Hit out to center, going back to center fielder Myers. A few steps in front of the track, he makes the catch for out number 1. Tenna will stay at first. Young did give that one a big fly. JY with a decently big fly, but that's out number 1. So 1 out now, and that'll bring up CJ later. CJ Abrams will come to the plate right here. Burns now at 41 pitches here, 2 1/3 in. So no, JY flies out, can't get anything out of that. But runner at first here for CJ, a guy who's been good when runners are on the pitch. And Abrams lines this one into right field. That's a base hit down the line. Right fielder Marte will cut it off. Tenna's going to go first to third. The throw is towards second. Abrams is safe. CJ Abrams with a double down the line. Abrams delivers with yet another extra base hit. Abrams is doing well with runners on base. CJ Abrams with a double down the line. Right fielder Noelvi Marte got to that quickly, but Abrams is fast. He hustled that double out. That is, on the season, his 124th hit. Doubles-wise, that is his 23rd double on the season. CJ Abrams now puts runners at second and third with a 1 out. And look at the replay. He kept his hand there, and he was in safely. Elly tried to sweep the tag, but Abrams gripped the bag very hard, so he did not come off. So now Abby with runners at second and third, and he lines this one down the right field line, but that is foul and out of play. So we'll do 0-1 now. Nice double for CJ Abrams right there. I mean, runners in scoring position for Abimelech now. Only has 1 Major League RBI, and it was on his home run, the pitch. And Abby, fastball upstairs, did he go? Yes, says third base umpire Laz Diaz. So, I mean, 0-2 count. So 0-2 here to Abby. Even a fly ball works. So looking at the replay, I think he checked it, though. I don't think he went. I think he was able to hold it back. We'll do 0-2 right here. Stadium's pretty full for a Saturday night. The 0-2 to Abby. Abby grounds this one through the hole to left field. Not hit hard at all. Left fielder Blade was playing back. Abrams round third. He's going to score. 2 RBIs for Abimelech Ortiz. It's the Nationals 2. Reds, nothing. CJ comes screaming through the dugout to get his high fives. He is extremely fired up. And Abimelech Ortiz delivers with an RBI backside to left field. Not hit hard at all. Just kind of lines a soft liner to left. And left fielder Blade was playing back. Allows CJ Abrams to hustle home and easily score. And it's now 2-0. Abimelech Ortiz delivers. Let's go. Abby with an RBI single. We'll get our Chen in a second here for our runs in a second here after we call this first pitch. But Abrams and Tenna score on the play. Abimelech with RBIs 2 and 3 at the big league level. Now Burns sets. Here's the pitch to DC3. Dylan Cruz in the 3-hole. The pitch, and Cruz swings and hits this one. Out to center, but coming in is the center fielder Myers. He's under it, and he makes the catch for out number 2. All right, everybody. If you know the words, it's NATS. Nats, 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 woo.
N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo! N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo!
Mr. C saying, way to go, Lil Poppy. Yes, Lil Poppy drives in 2. Lil Poppy doing his job. Now Lyle will hit with 2 outs and a runner at first, a guy who's been red hot against the NL Central and the Reds in general. Here's the pitch to Lyle. Lyle takes a slider, low ball one. They're going to peel on a swing. No, says third base umpire Diaz. He did hold it back. Nationals take an early lead. 2-0 now. Dalen Lyle steps in. Burns comes set. It'll be a 1-0 now to Dalen. He waits at the belt. Here's the pitch to Lyle. Lyle swings and hits this one. Out to center. Center fielder Myers is under it, though. He's camping. He's there. He's got it, and he makes the catch for out number 3, and that will end the inning. So 2 flyouts, 2 center field in a row will end the inning. But the Nationals get 2 on the Abimelech Ortiz. Backside single, not hit hard at all. Lil Poppy with a base hit to left field makes it a 2-0 game. Lil Poppy, no relation to David Ortiz at all, but he's Lil Poppy for now. As we are through 3, everybody, it's now the Nationals 2, Reds nothing, right here on District Nation. 3 hits in the inning, 2 runs, 1 man left on base. That's Abby, so they do get to chase Burns. Hit number 4 at the big league level. His average was at 188 before this, but now he's going to be 4 for 17 now. He does have a home run, so he's up to 3 RBIs at the big league level now since being in that Mackenzie Gore trade last year. And then gets the first call up to the big leagues right before the All-Star break. He got that first call on July 12th and then is sent down on July 13th the next day. And then on August 3rd, he is recalled, and since then, he's getting everyday play. When Luis Garcia Jr. got traded, we realized that Abby was probably going to be the move, and it's worked out so far. Abby driving in runs. RBIs 2 and 3 in his career. Gotta love the backside single for Abby Melick-Ortiz. Go opposite field. 5'10", 230. Big Lil Poppy. Lil Poppy. 5'10", 230. A big man using some big power right there. So it's a 2-0 game as we are through 3. We'll head to the 4th right here on District Nation. It'll be Suarez, Blade, and McLean. Getting to Burns early, you get 2 runs on the board. Nothing too powerful that time. A single, a double, and a single. Good job by CJ Abrams to hustle out that double. 2 runs don't score in that inning if Abrams doesn't hustle out the double, or if Abrams hustles around third and scores on that. Maybe some third base coaches are giving the hold up to tell him to stop at third, but Abrams is fast. He uses his wheels that time and does score. So it is a 2-0 game now as opposed to a 1-0. And with the Nationals, especially their bullpen, one thing to know is every run counts. They're going to make every run count right here from DC. Try to take a couple in this series immediately. So that'll bring up Eugenio Suarez in the cleanup hole. Here's the pitch from Alvarez to Suarez. That's going to be in there. Called strike 1 with a fastball. So it will be an 0-1 count now. Alvarez now at 40 pitches in the 4th. The pitch count's looking good. In previous games, he'd be at 80 right about now. Alvarez is going to work out of the set. Here's the 0-1. That's in there. Called strike 2. Interesting move. Awesome Andrews going to switch from working out of the wind to exclusively out of the set position. I mean, I understand it. He has a bullpen arm. Now he'll work out of the wind. Here comes the 0-2. That's low ball 1 with a curveball. Maybe he was just adjusting the wind up a little bit to stop right before he went in halfway through his motion. Maybe he stops a little bit. He's starting from the wind, and then he stops, brings his feet in front, then he picks up his leg and goes. So maybe he just slowed down the wind. Now he'll work out of the shuffle again. Or now he will. He'll work out of the wind. The 1-2 from Alvarez. Now the pitch. Swinging a line drive, caught by the second baseman Nunez for out number 1. Just has to take a few steps over, playing more towards the middle, ranges over and makes the catch for out number 1. So there's 1 gone here in the top of the 4th. Nice play by Nunez, and now Suarez is 0 for 2. So now that'll bring up CJ Blade. He's 0 for 1 on the day. 2-0 game. Nationals just trying to hold this lead now. Here's the pitch from Alvarez to the lefty Blade. That's in the dirt, ball 1 with a slider, so it'll be a 1-0 count now. 227 average for Blade, 20 home runs, 47 runs driven in, an 807 OPS for Blade. But Awesome Andrew has adjusted his wind a little bit here. Here comes the 1-0. That's going to be in there, called strike 1. He's adjusted it, so when he works out of the wind, he comes more to a set position in the middle of his windup. It isn't a fluent motion anymore. Instead, he's coming set right around that one spot, and then he goes fully to the plate. Here comes the 1-1 from Alvarez. Blade takes a curveball way inside, ball 2. Almost got him. That one didn't drop back in. Almost hit Blade in the head. We'll do 2-1 right here. It's really great to see this count for Alvarez at 46 pitches in the 4th inning. That is great. That has been his one problem is the pitch count, and here he is at 46 pitches in the 4th inning. He could give us 6 innings today, which would be really great from Alvarez. Here comes the 2-1 to Blade. Did he go? Nope, they're going to call it a strike, though, with that 92-mile-an-hour sinker, so do 2-2 right here. Awesome Andrew going right back to work. So far, he's been up to 93 today, Alvarez with a fastball, and his curveball has been as slow as 79, so a big difference in the velos. Alvarez looks in for a sign. He's got it. Into the wind. The 2-2 to Blade. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to center. Coming in his Cruz towards the gap. Dylan Cruz makes the catch for out number 2 in right center, so there's 2 outs now. Blade flies out to right center. Dylan Cruz is right there, so there's 2 outs now. I'm really loving what I'm seeing right now. Awesome Andrew working this efficiently. It is great. And let's go. We're up to 790 subscribers. Thank you so much to that new subscriber. We are now 10 away from 800. Thank you so much to all the new subs. Alvarez into the wind. Here comes the first pitch to Matt McLean. This is going to be way high and inside. Paul 1 with a sinker, so it'll be a 1-0 count now. 1-0 here with 2 outs. in the top of the 4th inning in a 2-0 game. Alvarez into the wind. Here comes the 1-0 to McLean, and that's going to be swung on and missed. A changeup, and it's a 1-1 count. He chases after that 86-mile-an-hour changeup, so we will do 1-1 now. Alvarez looking in for a sign, quickly into the wind. The 1-1. Swinging a fly ball, hit out to right. Going back is Cruz and Young, but Cruz is there, and Dylan Cruz makes the catch once again out in right center, this time a little deeper. But Andrew Alvarez, a second inning in a row where he works 1, 2, 3. Andrew Alvarez threw 4 innings of work. Scoreless. Good job by Awesome Andrew getting fly balls now, but whatever works for him works. That is 5 straight fly balls or line drives for outs. So good job by Awesome Andrew. 4 scoreless. What to the bottom of the 4th? Nationals 2, Reds nothing. Maybe that demotion helped out Awesome Andrew. And overall, Andrew, in his past 2 starts, earlier he would have only worked 5 innings, and he'd go maybe scoreless through 5, meaning 100 pitches. He's in the 50s with the pitch count right now, and he's given us 4 scoreless innings of baseball. Sure, he has no strikeouts, but who cares about the strikeout count by that point? The numbers are looking great right now. He has gotten 12 outs, and he hasn't given up a run yet. That is what counts. That's what counts, and he's looking good for now. So Cruz out there, Awesome Andrew. Cruz out there. Who had bottom 4 to be Ruiz, Vivas, and Nunez for the Nationals in the bottom of the 4th inning. See if they can get some runs on the board. Nationals at 57 and 61 coming into this game. One more win would put them only 3 games under 5. That would be great to only be 3 games under 500. That's achievable. Getting back to 5 is not the worst thing, not the hardest thing to do right now. Winning 3 games, unanswered 3 wins, that's not the worst thing or the best thing that's happened. And it can't really get much worse than this after that sell. Randy just subscribed. Thank you so much, Randy Yoder, for that subscription. Thank you so much. Randy with the sub. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. It'll be Ruiz, Vivas, and Nunez. Thank you so much, Randy Yoder, for the subscriber. So we're now up to 790. We're only 10 away from 800. So here we go. It'll be Keibert Ruiz to lead it off against Chase Burns in his 4th inning of work. Really excited to see Keibert try to rip one right here. Keibert Ruiz, who's the funny thing, I'm going to be very picky here. He is good on getaway afternoon games. Getaway afternoon games at home. Ruiz is very good. Here's the pitch to Keibert. Ruiz takes a slider in there, called strike 1, so it is an 0-1 count. If Awesome Andrew can give you 5 or 6 innings today, why would you want to go to Brad Lord? Here's the 0-1 to Ruiz. That's in the dirt, ball 1 with a changeup, so we will do a 1-1 count now. It really gives you that. And for Keibert Ruiz, hitting 370 during day games and night games, he's hitting 201. 32 day games, 44 night games, the 1-1. Ruiz rips this one to right field, but the right fielder is there. Sliding catch by Noelvi Marte, but now he's down. He's going to have to stretch it out a little bit. He's up now, he's okay, but Marte, maybe he looked like he wasn't going to catch that for a second, then comes into the last second. Ruiz roasts that one to right field. Maybe that's a base hit against some right fielders, but this time Noelvi Marte plays it well, comes in and makes a sliding play in right field. Ooh, he kind of landed on his knee, though. Must have hurt. Kind of slid onto one knee. So 1 out now. That'll bring up Jorbit Vivas, and he takes a fastball in there, called strike 1, so it's an 0-1 count. Let's go. We're up to 791 now. Thank you so much, everybody. We are now 9 away from 800. Burns will go into the line now. Here comes the 0-1 to Vivas. Jorbit swings and pops this one up on the infield. Shortstop De La Cruz under it. He's looking, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So De La Cruz makes the catch on the infield. There's 2 outs now. 2 outs. That'll bring up Nasib Nunez. Nunez will come to the plate now. Nunez will hit here with 2 outs. He's 0 for 1 on the day with a ground out to the second baseman. Just give us anything right here, Nunez. Get something going. The pitch. Nunez swinging a miss at a fastball at 97 miles an hour, and it's an 0-1 count. The re-split is just so interesting to me. The fact that the OPS jumps so much, too. He's at 102.3 at day games and 553 for night games. Interesting for Ruiz. The 0-1 Nunez is upstairs, ball one, so to be a 1-1 count. It must be similar for Nunez, but it's just Ruiz plays so much better when he's playing during the day instead of at night. But baseball is definitely a sport that's played at night, so you got to adjust. Nunez only home run this year is on a day game. Here's the pitch, and Nunez takes a slider inside, ball two. Looks like Monk FNX is here. What's up? He says, could Elly De La Cruz get higher than 2 hits? Do you think he's capable? I mean, 2 hits plus RBI plus runs. I think maybe. I hope he doesn't, because then that'd mean the game is tied. Here comes the 2-1 to Nunez. That's low ball 3 with a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Nunez day games hitting 194, 258 during night games. And as well, he's hitting 219 at home, but 240 on the road. His 1 home run was also on the road in Fenway. He got one over the Green Monster. Here's the 3-1 to Nunez, and he takes a fastball upstairs, ball 4. Smunez is going to take a walk. So a runner at first here with 2 outs. That'll bring up Jose Tena here with 2 outs. He already has a base knock in today's game. Nunez not having a great clip over his last 7. He's only 2 for his last 22. That's a 91 average, 0.91. But now that'll bring up Jose. Coming set is Burns. Here comes the pitch to Tena. He waits. Now go over to first. And he's safe. Sal Stewart sweep the tag. Oof, Nunez is hurt, though. Nunez is gripping his pants hard there. Nunez dove back into first. Oh, he didn't even sweep him. He didn't even tag him. Stewart didn't even get him on the tag. Nunez dove back in. Seemed to be hurt, but he's okay. Here comes the first pitch to Tena. Tena swings and fouls this one off. Maybe Ruiz needs some night glasses. Exactly, Mr. C. He needs some glasses that makes it look like it's 2 in the afternoon. I mean, the game I went to on my birthday, which was an afternoon getaway day, he was 3 for 3 with a home run, a double, and got to third on the play. So he raked that game, and it was an afternoon game on the week. During the week, he rakes. Here comes the 0-1 to Tena. Swinging a miss at a fastball, and it's an 0-2 count. I see why Burns is trying to pick off there, because Nunez is now 7 away from the single-season steal leaders in the Nationals record, and it is August 8th. He has a month and a half to steal 7 bases. He's stolen 40 all season. That's crazy. So he needs to get aggressive, Nunez. Get aggressive. Tear the bag out. You got to tear the bag out when you steal number 48. Here comes the 0-2 to Tena, and they'll pick off again. And is he out? Is he out? Did they appeal? He's safe. So second pickoff. Nunez back in. Looks like that one hurt again. Nunez dove back in once again. Sal Stewart misses the tag. Nunez staying out of his reach, kind of towards the back of the bag. So Nunez on the move here. Looks like he's ready to go. A huge lead right here on an 0-2 count. They might pitch out here. Here's the 0-2 to Tena. Swinging a miss on a slider in the dirt, and that's a swing and miss. Chase Burns grabs another strikeout. That's strikeout number 4, and that will end the inning. Nunez was on the move on the play, but obviously it's not a stolen base. So 1 man left on base on a walk. We are through 4, everybody. It's Nationals 2, Reds nothing, right here on District Nation as we head to the top of the 5th inning in DC. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. I'll put this on screen as well. Let's throw this one up on screen. This one, excuse me. Didn't want to throw that screen up. But right here, the bobblehead collection. We got some bobbleheads right there. Some of the bobbleheads I've collected. Shout out to Mr. C for the Captain America bobblehead. That one was a game he went to. I didn't even go to that game, and Mr. C and Mrs. C grabbed a bobblehead. So shout out to them. Thank you so much for that bobblehead. A lot of just interesting bobbleheads here. A lot of bobbleheads. As we go to the 5th, it'll be Trevino, Marte, and Hayes for the Reds in the 5th inning. So how long is Awesome Andrew going to last here? Working into the 7th again would be great. But for now, just get us through 5. Get us through 5 or 6. That is perfect for me. Just 5 or 6 innings is great for me. Get us outs. Outs is all we need right now. I mean, we're through 4, and the Nationals have a 2-run lead. Now the big question, who do you trust in the Nationals bullpen with a 2-run lead? Who on this team do you trust to go out and hold a 2-0 lead? Maybe more, maybe less, but I wonder who they're going to go to, who the Nationals are going to turn to in a situation like this. Really, we got to talk more about the Alvarez development. Ever since that send-down, his first outing since then, 6 1/3. Here he's in the 50s, and he's going into the 5th inning. He's dropped his ERA down to 3.71 as well. It is flying down. I mean, that outing where he went 6 1/3, we saw the potential to throw less pitches and work more innings, as opposed to other outings where he threw 97 pitches to get through 5 2/3 And he didn't have much of a leash. And now, through his last outing, he went 81 pitches, 6 1/3. 81 pitches worked him into the 7th inning. It would take Cade Cavalli about 100 pitches to work into the 7th. It took Alvarez 81. Also, he doesn't have a strikeout yet. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a curveball called strike one. Or, excuse me, that's a slider 83 for a called strike. So do 0-1 right here. Alvarez into the wind. Here comes the 0-1 to Trevino. That's going to be low ball one with a changeup. Kind of short arms that changeup. You'll notice the arm slot changes a little bit. His arm slot changes a little bit lower maybe. A little more short arm, but we'll do 1-1 right here. Alvarez. Work out of the wind right here. Here comes the 1-1 to Jose Trevino, the pitch. Swinging a ground ball down the third baseline, but foul on a curveball. So do 1-2 now. In the top of the 5th inning, Alvarez now at 54 pitches. It's really impressive that the pitch count is going down lately. And that the walk problem's going away. It'd be really nice there. 1-2 here. I mean, 54 pitches. You're helping out your team there, Alvarez. That is helping out the team a lot. It'll be 1-2, Alvarez. Just a younger guy for this team as well. Kind of a younger starter, age 27. Made his Major League debut last year after grinding out in the minors all these years. Finally gets the chance, and boy, is he making the most of it. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. And a curveball that stays upstairs. Trevino swings through it. First strikeout of the evening for awesome Andrew Alvarez. Alvarez goes back up with the curveball, and it doesn't really drop back into the zone. Kind of stays up, but Trevino chasing. That is the first strikeout of the night for awesome Andrew Alvarez. And out number 1 here in the 5th inning. Good job by Alvarez right there. Now he'll face Noel V. Marte. Into the wind. Here's the pitch to Marte now. This one is going to be just inside ball 1 with a curveball. It's a 1-0 count. That one maybe clipped the high and inside corner. I thought that was there. Umpire disagreed, though. So do 1-0 right here. Who do I trust in the bullpen? I'll take nobody for 100, Alex. Here's the 1-0 to Marte. And that is in there. Called strike 1 of the changeup. So it will be a 1-1 count now. I don't think I'm trusting anybody with a 2-run lead. I mean, Beater did it. Rebalta did it. But those are the two where I think maybe you can hold this lead. Here comes the 1-1 from Alvarez to Marte. This one is going to be low and in with a curveball, ball 2, so do a 2-1 count now. I don't think I'm trusting anyone either. Maybe Rebalta and Beater. On a good day, Rebalta and Beater are holding that type of lead with the 8th-9 punt, but you're probably not using Rebalta now. Here's the 2-1 to Marte, and that's going to be low and in, ball 3 with a slider. Only 1 walk on the evening for Andrew Alvarez in today's game. Top of the 5th, 59 pitches for Alvarez now. Even if he finished the 5th inning, even if he finished the 4th inning around this count, I'd be happy. But here he is working into it in the 5th inning. Here's the 3-1. Swinging a fly ball, foul to 3-2. Fouls off that sinker. So the count is filled. Alvarez here, I'm thinking, if I'm him, I'm throwing a strike. I'm throwing something in the zone right here. Pumping something in the zone, hoping you get a ground ball or swing and miss. Chances are he's not doing too much damage to this pitch right here. He's being protective. It is still a 2-strike count, but at the same time, for the pitcher, it's a 3-strike count. 40 strikes in the game for Alvarez, 20 balls, totaling 60 pitches. Those are good numbers. Those are really good numbers. 2/3 being strikes. Here's the 3-2. Swinging a ground ball. This is at the second baseman, Nunez. Not hit hard at all. He fields, throws to first, in time to Abby for out number 2. There is 2 out now. That is now retired in a row. That's 9 in a row for awesome Andrew Alvarez. Good job by awesome. And he only has 1 strikeout over this clip that stretches back to the 2nd inning. He's just getting ground balls and fly balls. So 2 outs. That'll bring up Hayes now. Ke'Bryan Hayes will hit with 2 outs. Alvarez into the wind. First pitch to Hayes. And this is going to be in there. Called strike 1 with a curveball. So we'll be an 0-1 count now. 0-1 here with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Ke'Bryan Hayes up to the plate. Alvarez will go into the wind. Here comes the 0-1 to Hayes. It's going to be swung on, grounded, foul on a curveball at 82, so 0-2 now. 0-2 with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. 63 pitches now for Alvarez. Alvarez facing Hayes. Awesome Andrew has an 0-2 count now on Hayes. Alvarez into the wind. Here's the 0-2 to Hayes. Swinging a fly ball. This one is into foul territory and out of play first base side. So we'll do 0-2 again now. Awesome Andrew could use the put-away pitch right here. Anything, just the put-away pitch would be great. 0-2 with 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning. 2-0 game. Alvarez into the wind. Here's the 0-2 to Hayes. Outside, ball 1 with a changeup. Nowhere near the zone that time. So do 1-2 here. With the way the pitch count is right now, surely Blake Buteris sends Alvarez back out there in the 6th inning. And maybe even give him a 7th inning if he can keep doing this. Here comes the 1-2 to Hayes from Alvarez. Swing and a miss on a curveball low and inside. Awesome Andrew Alvarez, 2nd strikeout of the inning. Now he starts racking up the strikeouts low and in. Awesome Andrew, 5 scoreless. Have a day, Awesome Andrew. 5 innings of good work from Awesome Andrew Alvarez. Good work there. AAA going to work. Through 5, Awesome Andrew has 2 strikeouts, 2 hits, no runs. Even if that's the end of the outing, that is great. But let him keep working. Let him keep working, Awesome. Let Awesome just stay out there. 5 innings of work for Awesome Andrew Alvarez. What to the bottom of the 5th? Nationals 2, Reds nothing right here on District Nation. As we head to the bottom of the 5th. It'll be Young, Abrams, and Ortiz to hit in the bottom of the 5th inning. First, JY. Maybe let him bunt first pitch. Let him get on base on a bunt. Then you got Abrams and Ortiz coming up who got hits their 2nd time up. You got a double from Abrams and the RBI single from Ortiz. The only 2 runs driven in on the Ortiz single. So they figured it out right here. I hope that we can just drive in some runs, get more runs on the board on Chase Burns, get him out of this game. What an outing from Awesome Andrew Alvarez. The ERA is just going to keep falling now. The ERA is falling. Now down to less than 3.71, maybe be in the 3.6s when we check next. But that's through 18 games this year. Last year, he only pitched in a few games as well. He did not pitch in nearly as many games. Last year, he appeared in 5 games, all starts with a 2.31 ERA, 23 to 3rd innings worked. He gave up 1 home run the entire year, 6 runs given up that were earned, 8 total. He hit 1 guy. He issued 10 walks. Good numbers his rookie season. Now here, he's doing well. Back up here in the big leagues now. Let's go, Awesome Andrew. Let's go through a 5 scoreless innings.
Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
As we go bottom 5 right here, JY looking for a big fly. Will come up to the plate now. Jacob Young is 0 for 1 of the day. 242 average for him, 9 home runs, 39 runs driven in. He'll hit here in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch to Young. That's going to be upstairs, ball 1 with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball from Chase Burns, who's now at 62 pitches. It will be a 1-0 count now. Young facing Burns. Burns will go into the wind here. Here comes the 1-0 to JY. Young swinging a miss on a slider low and away, so it will be a 1-1 count. 1-1 here and no one out in the bottom of the 5th inning. 63 now for Burns. JY in a righty-righty matchup here. Burns holds his hands low. Now he goes in the windup. The 1-1 to Young. Young swings and pops this one up to the shallow right. Coming in is the right fielder, Marte. Going at McClain, it'll be Noel V. Marte to make the catch for out number 1. And there's 1 gone here in the bottom of the 5th. So Young just flies out to right field. There's 1 gone. And that'll bring up CJ later. CJ Abrams will come to the plate now. Abrams to hit here with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. CJ Abrams, who's 1 for 2 on the day with that double down the right field line. Burns into the line. Here comes the pitch to CJ. Abrams takes a fastball in there. Called strike 1, so will be an 0-1 count. 0-1 with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Burns will go into the wind right here. Here comes the 0-1 to CJ. Abrams swings and fouls off a changeup low and away. That one was not near the zone at all. Abrams just fouls it off. So 0-2. That one was low and outside. Probably shouldn't have chased that one, but he does. So it will be an 0-2 count now. It'd be really nice to see Abrams just step up now that Wood is on the IL for a little period of time. See how Abrams steps up and helps out the team offensively. The 0-2, Abrams fouls this one off first base side. He's probably stepping into a role where he's going to hit leadoff a little bit. No longer just hitting cleanup. He'll hit cleanup against lefties, but against righties, he's probably going to have to lead off a little bit. DC will probably get the leadoff spot against lefties. Here comes the 0-2 to Abrams. Abrams swinging a miss on a slider low. Burns has another strikeout. He's up to 5 on the evening. So 4 2/3 worked. 5 strikeouts for Chase Burns. That'll bring up Abimelec Ortiz, who had a backside single back in the 3rd inning to drive in the only 2 runs of the game. Let's see if he keeps driving in runs right here. His first 2 RBIs of his career not on a home run as he takes a changeup in there, called strike 1. 3 career RBIs now, 2 of them on that single, another on a home run. 235 on the average now with a 7.48 OPS. There you go. Figure it out, Abby. Here comes the 0-1. Ortiz takes a slider low and away, ball 1, so it will be a 1-1 count now. Looking at the replay, that one touched. That one did clip the zone. Abimelec Ortiz was really good at AAA Rochester, was consistently their cleanup hitter. Here comes the 1-1. Abby swinging a fly ball. This one is to right field. Ranging over is the right fielder and the second baseman, but this will get out of play. So do a 1-2 now as Ortiz fouls that one off. Oh no, everybody, it's time to panic. Max Kranick is warming up. Max Kranick is getting loose in the bullpen. Doesn't look like he's working off the mound just yet, so he's probably not going to go directly out there. But, I mean, that means Butera doesn't have a long leash on Alvarez in tonight's game, but it's time to panic. Kranick is warming up. It'll be a 1-2. Burns will go into the line. Now he shakes off. Now going to the line. Here's the 1-2 to Ortiz. Abby takes the slider in the dirt, ball 2, so that evens up the count at 2-2. We got a deuces count right here in the bottom of the 5th. 2-2, 2 outs. 2 runs scored and 72 pitches for Burns and 1 for 2. Abby, a lot of deuces. The 2-2. Abby crushes this one to center field, going back to center fielder, but he makes the catch. Myers going back, makes the catch for out number 3, and that will end the inning. So 1-2-3 for Chase Burns. He's through 5 innings, 2 runs given up. We are through 5, everybody. It's the Nationals 2, Cincinnati nothing, right here on District Nation as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Mr. C says, panic Kranick. Yes, Mr. C, it is time to panic. Kranick is warming up. Panic Kranick now getting loose. But for now, keep Awesome Andrew in. I don't think anyone here has any... I don't think anyone has a... I don't know the word I'm searching for here. Anyone has a beef with Awesome Andrew going in. I don't know if anyone has an opposite opinion to my opinion being Awesome Andrew should stay in this game. Keep him in. Leave him in. Let him pitch. Let the dude pitch. Let him have his outing. Give him his good outing of the year. Let him stretch his time out a little bit. Let him figure it out. As here we go in the top of the 6th inning. It'd be De La Cruz, Stewart, and Myers top of the order for the Reds. So Awesome Andrew going to have a tough stretch now, but he can figure it out. He's good at figuring it out. Banker Brandon's here. What's up, Banker? He says needs the Reds to win. Sorry, fellas. Well, right now, we have a 2-0 game, so the Reds are going to have to figure out to manufacture some runs. But for now, we got a 2-zip game. That's all I'm going to say. And Awesome Andrew seems to be cruising. But thank you so much for tuning in, Banker Brandon. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. We are now 9 away from 800, everybody. Just 9 away. If you're here, I know there's a ton of people in the chat. Looking at the numbers, we got plenty of people in here. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, even if you're on the way out. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Enjoy the game as well as we got some Nationals baseball right here on District Nation. Awesome Andrew back out there to face the top of this order. And if you want to have another video I filmed recently that you can check out, it's a video. We break down James Wood a little bit. We talked about James Wood and his superstar potential. It is on my channel. The title of the video is James Wood is a Superstar. So check out that video on the channel. You can find it just by clicking on the channel right down there. Alvarez will go into the line. Here comes the first pitch to Elly De La Cruz, and he takes a curveball in the dirt, ball 1, so it will be a 1-0 count now. 276 average for Elly, 20 home runs on the year, 54 runs driven in. We 1-0. Alvarez in the line. Here's the 1-0 to Elly. The pitch, and that's going to be grounded foul down the third base line. He was a day early on that fastball. Fastball only at 91, and De La Cruz gets out in front of it and grounds it very hit foul and hit hard down the third base line. So do 1-1 right here. 1-1 here with no one out, top of the 6th. Elly facing Alvarez. The pitch is going to be Just low, ball 2 with a changeup, but both Alvarez and Ruiz go to touch their caps. We're going to get an ABS right here from the catcher, Ruiz. Thank you so much for that new sub. Here's the pitch. Called strike. It is overturned to a strike, and it's a 1-2 count. Let's go. K-Bet Ruiz just succeeded on a challenge. And for K-Bet Ruiz,
Thank you.
it'll be a 1-2. The pitch to De La Cruz in the dirt and inside. Ball 2 from Alvarez. So do 2-2 right here. Good job by Ruiz overturning a call. Good job by K-Bet right there. So do 2-2 right here. De La Cruz facing Alvarez. Alvarez into the wind. Here comes the 2-2 to De La Cruz. Swinging a ground ball towards the first baseman, Abby. He's got it, and he tags the bag himself for out number 1. Abby Malik Ortiz fields the ground ball cleanly, and that's out number 1 here in the top of the 6th. More cruising. Over panic. AAA, stay. Yes, AAA, stay. Let's go. Stay in AAA right here. Let's go. We're now 8 away from 800. Come on, Jelly De La Roll. Jelly De La Roll. That is an awesome nickname. Thank you so much. Rats with a good nickname right there. Jelly De La Roll. The pitch to Stewart. He swings and fouls off that fastball. That's high and inside. Kind of has a sword swing that time and just fouls it off. So 0-1 right here. Sun is starting to set, but the sky still got some blue up there. You got blue sky. Sun setting. You get a nice sunset. First base side of the field, I believe. But 0-1 here. Here's the pitch from Alvarez. Swinging a ground ball. This is hit not hard down the third base line. And it's going to go foul just in time. They call it fair? That is foul. That is a terrible call. That was foul. Vivas doesn't like it. That went to the left of the bag at the last second down the third base line. We may get another look at this. That one hit softly by Stewart down the third base line. Alvarez tells him to let it go foul. And at the last second, it went foul. But did it touch the bag? I don't know the rule with it touching the bag, but it rolled over the foul into foul territory and then hits the bag and goes foul. We gonna get another look at this? Oh, Blake Butera's coming out. Come on. Blake Butera is gonna give the call. Awesome Andrew set up for the victory. 5 1/3 scoreless. It's time to panic. It's Kranick, but there you go. Awesome Andrew's day is over. Tip of the cap to Awesome Andrew. Tip of the cap to Awesome Andrew Alvarez right there. What an outing. 5 1/3. He gives up 3 hits. No runs for now. What's up? Monk is saying, has Elly De La Cruz batted yet? He just grounded out, as Rats is saying right there. He just grounded out to first. Yep, he just grounded out. So, just a ground ball single down the third baseline. I thought that one went foul. It hit the bag. I don't know the rule on hitting the bag. I don't know the exact rule, but it looks like it was foul to me. So, a runner at first here with 1 out. That is the end of the day for Awesome Andrew. We're going to go to Max Kranick right here. I don't know why you go to Max Kranick right there. I feel like Awesome Andrew's earned himself a little bit longer of a leash. He had a great outing. Up to that hit, they hadn't had a hit since the 2nd inning, and we're in the 6th inning. That is just, I don't get it. Max Kranick's going to take over. I thought we should have left Awesome in. I thought we should have left Awesome Andrew in. Leave him in for a little longer. Just give him a little more time. Let him lurk the leash a little bit. Max Kranick's going to take over now after 5 1/3 innings worked by Awesome Andrew. 5 1/3, 3 hits given up. We don't know the run total just yet. He only walked 1 guy, had a couple strikeouts to go with it. So far, the run total is 0. Let's keep it that way. So we go to the top of the 6th here, 1 out. It'll be Myers to hit. Dane Myers, center fielder, to hit with a runner at first and 1 out. You think he'll still get higher than 4 hitter fantasy? Oh, for fantasy, I don't know. I don't know. I just got here, so I don't know if Elly has hit it today or not. Elly De La Cruz is 0 for 3 on the day. He has grounded out. He lined out to start the game, and he grounded out twice after that. So now Max Kranick's going to take over. 7 games. He has a hold. An 8.22 ERA, though. That's the number to watch, the 8.22 ERA. 8.1 K percent, 10.8 walk percent, a 1.83 whip. But the big thing is being that he has an 8.22 ERA. In a 2-0 game, you put in the guy with an 8 ERA. Here's a pitch to Myers, swinging. He pops this one up on the infield. Abby's looking for it in fair territory. Now it's Nunez to come over, and Nunez makes the catch for out number 2. So Panic Kranick gets a quick out there, and now there's 2 outs in the inning. I don't know why you go to Kranick. I mean, I like that we're going to a guy, but Max Kranick has an 8 ERA, and we put him into a 2-run game. Let's hope he can get out of this situation right here. You can go to someone like Beater or Rebalta, or even someone along the lines, maybe Cosgrove for the 7th inning. But you're in the 6th right here, and you don't really want Kranick to go back out there. Kranick sets. Here comes the first pitch to Suarez now. He delivers, and this one is going to be outside, ball 1 with a slider, so it'll be a 1-0 count. He's been better since they switched him batting leadoff, yeah. De La Cruz, I mean, I saw he was hitting in other spots, but now he's in the leadoff hole. So maybe he has been better. Leading off, Kranick chucks on the runner. He comes set. He wears number 35 for the Nationals. He waits. Now here comes the 1-0 to Suarez. Swing and a miss at a slider, and it's a 1-1 count. 1-1 here with 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. Top of the 6th inning, 1-1 with 2 outs. Runner at first. Kranick facing Suarez. Kranick looks in for his sign. He comes set. It'll be a 1-1 to Suarez. He waits. Now the 1-1. Swing and a miss at a slider, and it's a 1-2 count. Suarez can't hit that slider from Panic Kranick. Maybe it's time to not panic because it's Kranick. 1-2 here with 2 outs. Kranick on the mound for the Nats. Trying to get out of this situation right here. Kranick looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be a 1-2. He waits. Here's the pitch to Suarez. Low and outside with another slider. Wanted him to chase that one out of the zone, but he doesn't. So it'll be a 2-2 count now. Max Kranick told to relieve Awesome Andrew in the 6th inning. I thought that Awesome Andrew had earned himself a longer leash. I thought he would have had more chances. Instead, they're going to put in Kranick in this situation. It'll be a 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to left. It's tied. It's tied. You see, this is why you don't put in a guy with an 8 ERA with the tying run up to the plate. We're tied at 2, everybody. Reds 2, Nationals 2. And to Awesome Andrew, I am so sorry. Awesome Andrew Alvarez had a great outing today. And now this game is tied at 2. He can't get the win now. Awesome Andrew can't get the win. That was a 95-mile-an-hour fastball over the plate, and Suarez crushes it into the Reds bullpen. So it's a tie game. Up to 793 subscribers. Thank you so much to that new subscriber. And he hit the 6-7 celebration around the plate, and Blade fouls this one back. It's no 1 count. Man, that is why you don't put in the guy with an 8 ERA into a close game. So it'll be 0-1 here. Kranick looks in for a sign. He comes set. Here comes the 0-1 to Blade now. He waits. Now the pitch. Blade takes a curveball in the dirt, ball 1, so it will be a 1-1 count now. That is just why you don't put in a guy like that into that situation, because he gives up the home run. So 1-1 here. Kranick sets. Here comes the pitch to Blade. Swinging a ground ball. This is at the second baseman Nunez. He ranges over. Fields fires in time for out number 3 to put away Blade, and that will end the inning. But this game is tied now. Awesome Andrew gets credit for 1 run. That is not his fault, though. That is not his fault. That is a 2-run home run for Suarez. Hardest outs to get in baseball right here, everybody. It's the Nationals bullpen for you. For the Nationals, they'll have Cruz, Lyle, and Ruiz coming up. Hey, way up. Let's go, Reds. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. We're now up to 794. We are now 6 subscribers away. Let's go. Ronald's here. What's up, Ronald? He says, you should be the coach, bro. You know this thing works. You know how this thing works. Maybe. I don't know if the Nationals are going to hire someone of my age to manage the team. I don't know. The thing is, we have better ERAs in the bullpen than 8. We have better ERAs in the bullpen. If I'm just pulling from the hat here because I'm assuming that we're going Cosgrove, Rebalta, Beater, a 79 punch. Let's go look at someone else. Let's look at just a different name. Carson Palmquist. He has a 7 ERA. That's a little bit better than 8. Another name. Let's look at Trevor Williams. There's a chance Trevor Williams starts tomorrow. Yes, there's a chance that happens. He has a 0 ERA over 6 innings worked, 9 strikeouts. He could work 2 innings, but there's, once again, a chance he starts tomorrow. Brad Lord, the Bull. And Brad Lord could give you 2 innings, too. Brad Lord could give you 2. Will Dion, a 4.43 ERA over 13 games. There are other arms in this bullpen. Dion pitched on Wednesday. He hasn't pitched in a little while. Elly De La Cruz threw yesterday, but only threw about 15 pitches. He could realistically pitch today. His ERA is a 2.70. That's a good ERA. And you put in the guy with an 8 ERA in a game that we can realistically win. That we could realistically win this game. Here you go, bottom 6. We're not tied at 2, everybody. To the bottom of the 6th inning, it'll be Cruz, Lyle, and Ruiz. Heart of this order right here. Grateful, says Baker. Brandon. I need De La Cruz to do something. I love when people have players in fantasy because your fantasy just changes people's opinion of the game. So I'm going to bring up DC right here. Only 4 hits for the Reds, 3 for the Nationals in this game. Here's the pitch to Cruz. First pitch, and he fouls this one back. That's a 97-mile-an-hour fastball to be an 0-1 count as he fouls that one away. So for the 7th inning now, you got to be thinking Elly De La Cruz probably, or even Will Dion. Here comes the 0-1 to Cruz. Cruz swings and fouls that one back, and we'll do 0-2 now. He fouls back another fastball. So it's an 0-2 count. Burns up to 75 pitches now. Now, 6 subs away from 800, everybody. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. But, I mean, you could go to Elly De La Cruz, but you got to go to someone. So 0-2 here. Fantasy does change things. Yeah, it just changes how you see the game and the teams you root for. The 0-2 to Cruz. Cruz takes a fastball upstairs at 98 miles an hour, and we'll do 1-2 right here. Bottom of the 6th inning in a 2-2 game. Burns looking in for his sign. He'll go into the wind right here. Here's the 1-2 to DC. Called! Strike 3 on a slider on the low and outside corner, and that's out number 1. Cruz does not like the call. He's going to ABS that one, but that was a strike. That did clip. Here's the pitch. It's a ball! Yes! Dylan Cruz succeeds on the challenge. Let's go! It's off by 0.2 inches. That'll change it to a 2-2 count.
Thank you.
Good job by Dylan Cruz. He saw something I didn't. I did not think that was a ball to pitch, and Cruz fouls this one off. Good job by Dylan Cruz. Let's go. We're up to 795 now. We're now 5 away from 800. Let's go. 2-2 here with no one out. Bottom of the 6th inning. Cruz, the 3-hole hitter in today's game. Let's go. Be a 2-2. Burns. Waiting for a sign. He's got it. He will now go into the winder. Now he's still waiting. He's still waiting on a pitch. Now he goes in the wind. Here's the 2-2 to Cruz. Cruz lines this one to left center field. That's going to plug the gap. Go all the way to the wall. Dylan Cruz should have 2 here. He's hustling for second. Is he going to stop there? They're going to throw this one towards 3rd. Dylan Cruz stops at 2nd with a double. Let's go. Dylan Cruz.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Nationals needed their 3-hitter to do something right there, and Dylan Cruz laces a double to the left center gap. Dylan Cruz delivers with a double, and there's a runner in scoring position here with no one out, and Dalen Lyle, the biggest Red killer of them all, coming to the plate. Dylan Cruz with a nice hustle double, puts a runner at 2nd. First pitch to Lyle, swing and a miss at a slider, and it's an 0-1 count. But Dylan Cruz getting things going now. Double in the gap. DC3 with a double. Let's go. Coming set is Burns. Here's the pitch to Dalen now. The pitch. Lau swings and blasts one to left field. That's a base hit. Left fielder Blade up with it. Cruz rounding 3rd. He's going to score. The throw is not in time. The Nationals take the lead. Dalen Lyle with a backside single, and it's a 3-2 game. Dalen Lyle just hits that one out to left field. Burns gives up his 3rd hit of the day. Dylan Cruz scores from 2nd. Once again, a backside single and a hit to drive in a run. Dalen Lyle delivers. It's now the Nationals 3, the Reds 2. Dylan Cruz was hustling home. He had to dive in home as well. The throw wasn't in time, but he does score. Dalen Lyle delivers on the base hit to left field. Goes Oppo Taco with that knock. We'll get our Shannon in a second. Ronald says, nice job. Yes. Run into score. So that'll bring up Kabert here with a runner at 1st and no one gone. Burns will go back over to 1st. Is he out? No. Lyle got back in. I thought he might have gotten him that time. All right, everybody. We have a chance now.
N-A-T-S, Nats, woo!
Here's pitch to Ruiz. Ruiz swinging a miss on a slider inside, and it'll be an 0-1 count. Dylan Cruz double, and then a Lyle single. That's how you get a run going, everybody. That's Nationals baseball for you, getting the run when they need it. Now it's a 3-2 game. Now Kranick is up for the win. Dang it. Kranick is going to get a win if we can hold this. That is not. Give it to Awesome Andrew. Awesome Andrew deserves it. The 0-1. Ruiz swings and fouls off a slider, and it'll be an 0-2 count. Lyle was headed for second on the play, and then that's fouled away. So do 0-2 right here. 0-2, no one out. Bottom of the 6th inning. Lyle had a good jump, but then Ruiz just fouls it away. So do 0-2 right here. Lyle's going to have to get a lead from first again. He's probably gassed by this point. Has a nice lead away. Burns comes set. It'll be 0-2. He waits. Here's the pitch to Ruiz. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to center. Going back to center fielder Myers. On the track at the wall. And he misses it. It's off the wall. Lyle rounding second. He's going to head for third. They're not going to send him. Ruiz will stop at second. 3 hits in a row for these Nationals. And there's runners at second and third here with no one away. K-Man Ruiz delivers with a double over the center fielder Myers' head. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
That one isn't a home run, but it's just enough to get over the head of Myers, who leaps to try to make the catch, and it goes off the wall. Lyle didn't have a great jump. He was holding a little bit, but he is able to get to third, so it's a double for K-Bear. The K-Bear delivers with a double, and now there's runners at second and third here with no one out. The Nationals really threatening to get some runs on the board here. This is the #1 offense for you. Here's the pitch now to Jorbit Vivas, and he takes a pitch in there. Called strike one with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. The K-Bear with a double to the gap. Big Bear meet K-Bear. Is Vivas going to challenge this one? And is this a strike? That slider just barely clipped the inside part of the zone. And it's an 0-1 count. Just barely clipped that time. So it'll be 0-1 here. Vivas challenged that one. Decent challenge, but it just barely clips his own. So we'll do 0-1 now. Runners at second and third here. A chance for Vivas to drive in some runs. Here's the pitch. Vivas takes a slider in there. Called strike 2, so it's an 0-2 count now. Now we're looking at the replay dead clip. Do not challenge Vivas. Do not challenge Vivas. It'll be 0-2 here. Now here comes the 0-2 to Jorbit. Here's the pitch from Burns out of the wind. Vivas takes a pitch in the dirt, but Trevino keeps it in front of him, so do 1-2 now. On deck is Nunez as well, can get chaos going, but Vivas known to have some clutch in him as well. He has 3 home runs this year. It'll be 1-2. Now who do you go to protect his lead now? Maybe go Cosgrove. Tommy 2 pitch. Be a 1-2. Here's the pitch to Vivas. He takes a slider inside, ball 2, so it'll be a 2-2 count. 2-2 here with no one out in the bottom of the 6th. Burns now at 88 pitches. Facing off with Vivas. Burns. We'll go into the wind right here. Here's the 2-2 to Vivas. Vivas called strike. No, he does. No, he challenged again? No, he isn't. He's not. Okay, he's not. Wait, is he challenging? Oh my gosh. Why would you challenge? He just lost both of our challenges in one AB. Jorbit Vivas just lost both our challenges in one AB. How do you even do that? How do you honestly even do that? He lost them both in one AB. But now that'll bring up Nasim Nunez here with runners at second and third. Here's the pitch to Nunez. He shows bunt. He tries, but he did go, and he's going to be a strike. So he goes after the slider bunt. He can't get it down, so it'll be 0-1 here. What is Burns doing? Well, he just gave up a double, a single, then a double. The K-Bear with a double as well. The K-Bear laying on a punch as well, so it'll be 0-1 to Nunez. Here's the pitch to Nasim. Nunez takes a slider inside, ball 1, so it will be a 1-1 count now. 1-1 here with 1 out. In the bottom of the 6th, 230 average for Nasim. 1 home run, 33 runs driven in, a 5.84 OPS. It'll be a 1-1. Here's the pitch to Nunez. Nunez swings and fouls this one back on a 98-mile-an-hour fastball to be a 1-2. Looks like they do have an arm warming up, a lefty warming up. They got Sam Mole back out there in the pen. I think they had Mole warming yesterday. Did they use him? They didn't end up using Mole. They were warming him up yesterday, but they didn't end up using him. Here comes the 1-2. Nunez takes a slider, low ball 2, so it's a 2-2 count. He's given up 3 runs now. Thanks for subscribing, Diverso Animal. Thank you so much. Unusual behavior for him. Yeah, I saw the numbers. He looked good over his last many starts. I mean, 13-1. Burns. We'll go into the wind right here. Here's the 2-2 to Nunez. Nunez swings and fouls this one off on a slider. So it'll be 2-2 again. I need the Reds at bat. You need the Reds at bat. So 2-2 here with 1 out. Coming up for them is going to be McLean, Trevino, and Marte. Bottom of the 6th here. 2-2, 1 gone. Nasim Nunez up to the plate. Nunez was an unknown name after that Rule 5 draft. I didn't know who he was, Nasim Nunez, and I thought it was Nasim for all the time. Then I realized it was Nasim Nunez. 2-2 here with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th, nicknamed Smoonez. It'll be a 2-2. Here's the pitch. Nunez takes a fastball upstairs, ball 3. So it'll be a 3-2 count now. I mean, Nationals now have a 3-2 lead. They got 1 run up on the Reds now. Just got to hold it and put in more runs. Put up more runs on the board. Help out the lead a little bit. Now timeout called by Nunez. Burns now at 95 pitches in the game. On deck is Jose Tena. 3-2 here with 1 out. It'll be a 3-2 to Nunez. Here's the pitch. Nunez takes a pitch inside. Ball 4 on the slider. And the bases are loaded for Jose Tena. So Jose Tena will come to the plate now with the bases loaded. Second walk drawn by Nunez in the game. Good job by Nunez staying patient. I mean, the guy is 5'7". He should be patient up there. Figure out what he wants. Is now looks like we're going to get a pitching change right here. Reds manager will come out. This will be the end of the day for Chase Burns. So this will be the end of the day for Burns. They're going to go to Sam Mole now, a lefty for Jose Tena. Tena is the DH, so you can freely go to Chappie right here. As now Terry Francona going to step out, manager for the Reds. He is going to take this man out of the game. Burns going to be out, so they're going to go to Sam Mole, the lefty. So Sam Mole going to take over for Burns. He'll take over here in the 6th inning. 5 1/3 worked by Burns. He ends up giving up 6 hits. He gave up 3 through the first 5 and then 3 in the 6th inning. So 6 hits. We don't know the run total just yet. For now, it's 3. He did end up walking 3 guys in the game, 6 strikeouts. Questlin Electric asks, I'm new to your channel. Who's your favorite team? My favorite team is the Washington Nationals. This is District Nation. You just gave the perfect plug. District Nation, this is YouTube's home of DC sports. If you like sports in general, especially baseball, basketball, football, hit that subscribe button because we're going to be covering a lot of sports. I'm going to be covering as many sports as possible so we can get diversity in here, a lot of different sports. Really want to help it out. Tom is here. He says, go Nats. All right. So we go bases loaded with 1 out. Yeah, still not doing anything. Taylor Cruz is 0 for 3 on the day. He really isn't doing anything at all. But yeah, my favorite team's the Nationals. This is YouTube's home of DC sports. Nationals, Wizards, Commanders, maybe even I root for the Caps. I don't really watch too much hockey, but obviously just a lot of sports here and a lot of DC sports. Big Nats fan. This is the Nats City Connect gear right here. So this is the Nats City Connect jersey right here. This is Nats City Connect. You can see the logo there. This is the hat that goes with it. I'll be here. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for subscribing, being a part of the nation. You joined the nation. So they're going to go to Sam Mole now. Sam Mole will take over right here for the Reds after Terry Francona goes to him right here. Sam Mole, thanks to P Picks. All right. So you go Sam Mole, a 4.14 ERA. He is 1-7 on the year. 1-7. Lefty arm right here, 5'9", 190 at the age of 34. He'll take over here. But really, you can freely pinch hit right here. I'd love to see Chaparro right here. With the bases loaded and 1 out. This is the perfect situation for Andres Chaparro. A guy who just hits for power. So Sam Mole will take over. This is his 54th game on the season. Like we said, 1-7. He does have 6 holds on the year. K percent at 23.4. I wonder if they pinch hit for Tena right here to play the matchup a little bit. And they will. Andres Chaparro going to pinch hit here for Jose Tena. He'll pinch hit here in the 6th. Bases loaded for Chaparro. First pitch. Chaparro takes a pitch inside, ball one, so it's a 1-0 count. Let's go. Andres Chaparro given the pinch hit opportunity right here. A guy who is having a good streak lately. The average doesn't show it, but he's on a hot stretch. Here comes the 1-0 to Chappie. Mole delivers. Chaparro swings and pops this one up. Foul ball. So it will be a 1-1 count now. Chaparro growing out his hair lately. Pinch hitting this season. He's 3 for 13 with a couple doubles, a home run, 2 RBIs. I saw his pinch hit home run in D.C. where he hit a tank to left field. 213 on the year. 6 home runs, 23 runs driven in. A 176 clip, but he has a home run. Over his last 30, though, he has all of his home runs, where he has all 6 of them in 30 games, where he's hitting 239 over that time. Here comes the 1-1 to Chaparro. The pitch. Chaparro swings and grounds this one down the left field line. That's fair. This one will get all the way to the corner. Left fielder Blade after it. Lyle scores. Coming in to scores Ruiz. Rounding third, headed for home is Nunez, and he is out on the play. Nunez gunned out trying to score. Runner up to second is Chaparro, but Nunez is out trying to score. 2 RBI double for Chaparro right there. Double down the line. Now it's the Nationals 5, the Reds 2. Lyle scores from third on the play. Ruiz scores from third on the play. But Nunez is gunned out at home. Third baseman Hayes laid out to try to grab that one. Nunez not fast enough to score. They do gun him out on a 7-5. I'm going to say that's a 7-6-2 relay. Good throw from De La Cruz to gun out Nunez. So a 7-6-2 replay. A run there. So here's the first pitch to Young. That's going to be in there. Called strike one, so it's an 0-1 count. Let's go. Runner is gunned out, but there's 2 outs, and Chaparro stands at second. Andres Chaparro with a clutch double. It's now a 5-2 game. Catcher kind of blocked the plate on that one. Here comes the 0-1 to Young. The pitch. Young swings and grounds this one. Foul. Every big hitter does well until I bet on them. Let's go. We're up to 798. Oh my gosh. 2 subscribers away from 800. You're watching live. What's up, DB? Yes, I am watching live. That's how I call the game. They're showing out. Good team to like. Yeah, Nationals. A lot of offense from this team. 0-2 here with 2 outs. Chaparro with a clutch 2-run double to make it a 5-2 game. 3rd run of the inning. Here comes the 0-2 to Young. Here's the pitch from Mole to Young. He set at the belt. Here's the pitch to Young. And Young takes a pitch way outside. Ball 1. Gets away from the catcher, and Chaparro can just jog to third. That pitch was nowhere near, way outside of the zone that time. Wow.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
So we have 2 chants to do. We have 2 NATS chants to throw. We'll throw one up right now.
N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo!
So there we go. We got 1 in there. To be a 1-2. Here's the pitch to JY. He delivers. Young swings and fouls this one off. Let's do another, everybody.
N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo!
We'll do one more just in case, because I don't know if we did one for the 3rd round.
N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo!
There we go, everybody. Let's go. We just gained 3 subs over that time. Thank you so much, everybody. Sorry for not shouting you out when you did subscribe. We were now 2 away from 800. Mole sets. Here comes the 1-2 to JY. He delivers. Young swings and bloops this one out to center field. That's into center field for a base hit. Jacob Young delivers with an RBI single. Chaparro scores. It's now the Nationals 6, the Reds 2. Jacob Young just bloops one out to center field, and he makes it a 6-2 game. It's now a 4-run inning for the Nationals. Mole gets his first earned run as Chaparro scores on the play. It's now a 6-2 game. Jacob Young with a bloop hit to center field. Chaparro delivers. Let's go. So now that'll bring up CJ Abrams now with a runner at first and 2 outs. And Mole will go over to first, back in safely as Young without a dive. Just back in. All right, everybody.
N-A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo!
6-2 game, everybody. Nationals 6, Reds 2. Here comes the first pitch from Mole to CJ. He delivers. Abrams takes a pitch inside, ball 1. What an inning for the Nats. Exactly, Ronald. What an inning. 4 runs in the inning, 3 of them credited to Burns, a double for Chaparro, and that single for Young, putting runs on the board. I mean, 5 hits in the inning already. Here comes the 1-0 to CJ. Mole goes to the plate. Abrams takes a sinker in there, called strike 1. Basically game. No, it is not. It is not. With this bullpen, nothing is over. With this bullpen, I'm from Atlanta, so the Braves are my favorite. That's awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in then. Here's the 1-1 to Abrams. And Abrams swings and fouls this one off third base side. So 1-2 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. 6-2 game. Nationals with a 4-run lead. Now the question is, they got to hold this. The question is, how do you hold it with this bullpen? But it'd be 1-2 here with 2 outs. Man, Sam Moll has some gray in that beard. He's got some gray hairs. He's still pitching here at the big league level for the Reds. The 1-2, and Abrams swings and grounds this one. Up the middle, shortstop Elly's there. He fields, fires to first in time for out number 3, and that will end the inning. Abrams grounds out. But Dylan Cruz with a double, Dalen Lyle with a single, K-Bear has a double, and then a Chaparro double, and a Young single. Gives the Nationals 5 hits in the inning, 4 runs. They add on a lot after the game is tied, no errors, and 1 man left on base. That's Jacob Young. 4 runs in the inning. Now the Nationals 6. And the Reds 2. A ground out, though, for CJ to Elly that will in the inning. So, big inning for the Nationals, though. We led to the 7th. Now Kranick's up for the win after he gives up the home run. But Awesome Andrew still now 5 1/3 innings worked. He gives up 1 earned run total. Getting some run support now. So now we got to see who the Nationals are going to turn to here in a 4-run game. Andres Chaparro with a double. RBIs 24 and 25. So we go to McLean, Trevino, and Marte for the top of the 7th inning in a 6-2 game. We are now 2 subscribers away from 800. All we need is 2 subscribers. There has to be 2 people here in chat who aren't subscribed right now, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. Not everyone here is subscribed yet. And when you do, you get to join the chat. You get other perks. You get to be part of the nation. So hit that subscribe button. We got plenty of people in the chat right now. There's got to be 2 people in here that aren't subscribed yet. So hit that subscribe button. So we go to the top of the 7th. Maybe Kranick's out of this game by now. Get someone else in. Maybe go Cosgrove by this point. Tommy 2 pitch for the 7th. Just get someone into the game. The Reds score 5 runs to win, which seems unlikely. You know what? I don't count anything out, especially when it is the Nationals bullpen pitching. Let's go. We just hit 800 subscribers. Thank you so much, everybody. 800 subscribers. We are now 200 away from 1,000. Thank you so much, everybody who has hit that subscribe button. We are now 800 away. All you subscribers are great. Y'all are the best community there is. The nation is the best community. Thank you so much to every single subscriber. We are now 200 away from 1,000. That is crazy. There was a time when we weren't even at 200. Now we are at 800. So thank you so much, everybody. It's like the screen just froze there. But thank you so much. Now we're up to 801. Let's go. So Giovanni Cruz going to take over. After pitching yesterday, he'll take over here in the 7th. He'll start it off by facing Matt McLean. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be inside ball 1, so it's a 1-0 count. Looks like Mr. John Brooks just became a nation. Welcome to District Nation. Watch it fly, Mr. John Brooks. Thank you so much for joining Districts Nation. Here comes the 1-0 from Giovanni Cruz. That's going to be outside ball 2 with a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, so it'll be a 2-0. Thanks for the welcome. Thank you so much, Mr. Brooks, for becoming a subscriber and a sponsor, joining Districts Nation. Thank you so much. Watch it fly, Mr. Brooks. Here comes the 2-0 from Cruz, and that's going to be outside ball 3 with a 100-mile-an-hour fastball to be a 3-0 count. So 3 balls there. So Giovanni will take over now. Giovanni Cruz going to take over here in the 7th after Kranick gives up that run. He's in line for the win, the 3-0, and that's going to be outside ball 4 with an 101-mile-an-hour fastball. Can't clip, so a 4-pitch walk for McLean. Runner at first here with no one gone. So I'll now bring up Jose Trevino here, runner at first. Now Butera is arguing with the home plate umpire here. I think it's because the Nationals are at ABSs. I think he wanted an ABS, but problems here. So Butera is walking back to the dugout, but 800, you the man, DN. Yo plate, he's smooth and creamy. Yo plate. Now, it looks like Butera is arguing. He does not like this call. Thank you so much, Mr. Brooks, for joining the channel. Watch it fly, Mr. Brooks. The pitch is going to be in there. Called strike 1 with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. I feel he can do it. Man, I step aside and I miss a big inning and 800 subscribers. Man. The big inning, though, that's the big part. 800 isn't as big as the big inning. Here comes the 0-1 to Trevino. Swinging a fly ball. Shallow left, now to foul ground, goes the third baseman Vivas. He's under it, he makes the catch for out number 1. Thought that one might go farther, but he does make the catch in foul territory, so there's 1 out now. Catch is made, so Trevino's retired. There's 1 out now. That'll bring up Noelvi Marte with 1 out. Just needs to focus. He doesn't ever do this bad. Oh, about the other guy. Uh-oh, says Mr. C. Uh-oh. Cruz comes set. Here comes the first pitch now to Noelvi Marte. Swinging a fly ball. Hit to left field. Down the line. That is foul and out of play. Woof. Giovanni is saved on that one as that one goes foul. He is completely saved. We'll do 0-1 now. Completely saved. So 0-1 now. 0-1 here with 1 out. Giovanni says something to the catcher through his glove. Looks like he wants a new ball, but he's trying to communicate to his catcher Ruiz. Giovanni throws hard. That is the one thing the Nationals have never had, really in a while, is a hard-throwing bullpen arm. Giovanni can run it up to about 102. I love that we have Giovanni Cruz. He is going to be so good for this future. A guy who can throw absolute gas. And it looks effortless, too. Cruz comes set. Here comes the 0-1 from Cruz to Marte. The pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to shallow left. Going out is Abrams. Going out is Vivas. Abrams is calling for it, and Vivas. And they collide, but Abrams makes the catch. In fair territory. They're going to have to go out there and check on Vivas. Abrams and Vivas were trying to communicate who was going to get it. Abrams makes the catch, but then Vivas collides with him. So Abrams and Vivas collide, but out number 2. So 2 outs now. So we go 2 outs now. So 2 outs now, 6-2 game in the top of the 7th inning. Reds don't stand a chance, man. 2 outs now. Vivas almost collided with Abrams. Almost got injured there. That was probably an injury in the making. But now, that'll bring up Hayes now. Giovanni Cruz sets. Here comes the pitch now to Rodriguez, who's pinch hitting, and he grounds this one through the hole in right field. Right fielder Cruz will grab this one. Rounding second, headed for third, is going to be McLean. He will be there. Pinch hit opportunity for Rodriguez. He makes the most of it. That is the second big league hit there for Hector Rodriguez. Just grounds that one through the hole into right field. So a base hit to right moves McLean up to third. There's runners on the corners here with 2 outs. You were just talking about this earlier. Yes, the collision is the outfield problem. Yeah, the collisions are big problems. So you see Mr. Brooks here. If anyone watches Tennessee football, they might recognize the last name. That man is related to Will Brooks. That's his father, as that pitch is in there called strike 1. Shout out to the Brooks family, especially Will Brooks, who I saw, as I heard a broadcaster call, the walk-on is running. He's running. Will Brooks with a pick 6. I think he had a few picks. All of them were amazing. A safety grabbing picks like that. Shout out to big Will Brooks. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss on a splitter inside. Now Cruz goes to the splitter to get a swing and miss from De La Cruz. So we're getting the rematch, the Cruz rematch. Elly De La Cruz versus Giovanni Cruz. So 0-2 here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. Giovanni trying to go to work right here. He comes set. We 0-2 to De La Cruz. He waits. Now the 0-2. Swing and a miss on a splitter outside. Giovanni wins this second Cruz matchup with a strikeout. Giovanni goes to the splitter outside, and De La Cruz chases, and that is out number 3, and that will end the inning. First strikeout for Cruz. One to the bottom of the 7th, everybody, but before that, 1 hit in the inning, 2 runners left on base, on runners on the corners. Don't go anywhere, everybody. We're going to sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. We'll be right back. Haha. Go Vols. Yes, it was so cool to see Will Brooks catch that pick 6. It was so cool. I mean, that dude, he was impressive when he played football. We'll be back in just a moment. Such cool to watch that guy play, though. All right, everybody, here we go to the bottom of the 7th now after that 7th inning stretch. Come on, De La Cruz. Come on, Cruz could have had 1 or 2 right there. Here we go, everybody, to the bottom of the 7th inning. But shout out to Tennessee football, though, especially Will Brooks. One of the best safeties I've ever watched play football. And there's never a point where that I would really pay attention to the safety, but Will Brooks had me paying attention to the safety. Like, that was a time when I was paying attention to the defense. When I watch football, I pay attention usually to the quarterback run. As here we go, bottom of the 7th, it'd be Ortiz, Cruz, and Lyle for the bottom of the 7th inning, a 6-2 game. So cool to watch Willow, the walk-on at Tennessee. So you go bottom of the 7th, maybe we'll switch away from Sam Mole here to face Abby, or they might stick with Mole. For Burns, he ended up having almost all the runs. He gets 5 of them earned to him. So they are going to have a new arm take over right here. He comes set. Here comes the first pitch to Abimelech Ortiz. The pitch, and he swings and misses at a sweeper, and it's an 0-1 count. So we got Ron Marinaccio, spelled Marinaccio. That is one long last name. Marinaccio. Comes the 0-1 to Abby. Abby swings and grounds this one to the first baseman. He fields cleanly. He will take it to the bag himself for out number 1. So that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th. Marinaccio gets an out in his second pitch of his outing. So Marinaccio, the righty, will take over now. What a long last name. Marinaccio. I'd hate to have to be the waiter who has to put his reservation down on the paper and actually have to write that down. I'd probably just write Italian mobster. Coming set's going to be Marinaccio. Here's the pitch to Cruz. Swing and a miss at a cutter outside. It's an 0-1 count. I mean, do I have to write that dude's name down, actually? I'm probably not doing it. So it looks like we got a couple changes. Rodriguez is now in right. Johnson is at third. We'll get those full changes in a second, but Rodriguez is in right now. Johnson at third. The 0-1 to Cruz, and he swings and blasts this one to left field, but left fielder Blade is there, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Thought he got under that one by a little bit more, but he doesn't, and that is out number 1. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th, or 2 outs, excuse me. You'll get the full changes here in between the next innings. Now Clay Beats is up for the 8th inning. Maybe they have Beater going to the 8th, and maybe Rebalta for the 9th. Beater had the save yesterday. They're going to probably give it to someone different for this game. Marinaccio sets the pitch to Lyle. He takes a fastball upstairs, ball 1. So we'll be a 1-0 count now. 1-0 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Coming set is going to be Marinaccio. Here comes the 1-0 to Dalen Lyle. Lyle swings and fouls that one back. Going to be a 1-1 count now. So 1-1 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 2nd. Or bottom of the 7th. Getting the numbers mixed up. When you're winning by so much, it just blurs up. Even though we're not winning by this much. This is not a holdable lead for the Nats. The 1-1. Lyle swings and fouls this one off. This is not a game where the Nationals are surefire to win. That's the thing. Not at all a surefire win right here. 1-2 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Let's go right here. Marinaccio. He's been with a couple teams in his career. We'll get some numbers on him in a second here. He comes set the righty facing Lyle right here. It'll be a 1-2. Here's the pitch to Dalen. Lyle swings and fouls this one off. So do 1-2 again as Marinaccio on the mound for the Reds right here. Now, wow, what is Butera talking about here? Butera's talking to his guys about something here. What could you challenge? There's nothing really here to talk about. Butera, once again, had some issues with an umpire. I haven't seen that much where Blake Butera has issues with an umpire. Haven't seen it much. 1-2 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Marinaccio sets. The 1-2 to Dalen Lyle. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive left field, but the left fielder Blade is there, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So that'll end the inning. So a fly out and a line out. So ground out, fly out, line out ends the 7th inning. It is a 6-2 game as we head to the top of the 8th inning. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you have not already. So looks like Clayton Beater is going to be our guy for the 8th probably. They're going to go to Beater for the 8th. Or are they expecting Beater to get a 6-out save right here? Maybe they want Beats to try to get a 6-out save. If I am the Nationals manager, if I'm Blake Butera, I am not sending Clayton Beater out for a 6-out save. This guy is not an experienced closer. He has been pitching in the big leagues for 2 years. Not even as a closer. He's been pitching, period, for about a year and a half at the big leagues. Maybe even a full year. So Burns gets credit for 5 of the runs, and then Mole gets credit for 1 in his 2/3 innings worked. Mole goes 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, a run. It was earned, and then no walks or strikeouts. We are through 7, everybody. Marinaccio took over in the 7th, gets a clean 1-2-3. Mole took over in the 6th. So Cruz had a good inning of work in his 7th inning. He had a clean inning of work. He walked and a hit, 1 walk. I mean, it was clean, though. No runs. And he had a strikeout of Elly De La Cruz, possibly one of the best hitters here. Cruz does what he needs to do. Kranick ends up getting credit for 1 run because he gives up a 2-run home run. It looks like Beater will take over now. Clayton Beater is going to be our guy to take over right here. Clayton Beater is going to take over. Giovanni Cruz, good outing. I mean, 1 hit, 1 walk. That works for me. And he had the strikeout as well. For Kranick, he ends up giving up 1 hit. It is a home run. And then no walks or strikeouts. So we're all updated there. As Clay Beats is going to take over now. Clayton Beater will take over here in the 8th inning. Kind of this team's closer. If you're going to call him something, you might as well call Beater the closer of this staff. This is not a very good bullpen, so getting a closer is hard to do, so they're going to go to him. Thank you so much, everybody, for 800 subscribers, though. Just climbing in subs. We're now less than 200 away from 1,000, which is awesome. As Clay Beats will take over now. It's Beater time. 37 games, a 4-3 record, 5 holds, and a 3.86 ERA. He'll take over now. Clayton Beats going to take over now. Clayton Beater for the 8th inning right here, wearing number 39. Beater looks in for his sign. He comes set. Here comes the first pitch now from Beater to Sal Stewart. This one's going to be swung on and fouled back on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and it will be an 0-1 count now. Clayton Beater, 6'2", 220 righty at the age of 27, was once a top prospect in the Yankees organization. This will be 0-1 here. Fastball slider, really all you're going to get from Beater. He comes set. Here comes the 0-1 to Stewart now. He delivers. This one's going to be swung on and fouled away again on a fastball at 95, so it's an 0-2 count now. Clayton Beater, interestingly, you could look at his numbers in the 8th inning. He has a 6.57 ERA. In the 9th inning, he has a 2.84. And in the 7th, in his 2 2/3, he has no runs given up. But a 6.57 ERA worked in the 8th inning. The 0-2, swinging a foul ball again. So he's significantly better in the 9th inning than he is in the 8th. But I guess they just want to use him as the setup man right here in a 4-run game. Not too high stakes right here. You can have Williams or Lord ready for the 9th. Just put it away. The Bull has been great, though. The Bull is a good guy to go to right here. 0-2 here with no one out in the top of the 8th. 6-2 game. Here's the pitch from Beater. Swinging a ground ball towards the second baseman Nunez. He fields cleanly. Fires to Abby at first. In time for out number 1. So Beater gets the out he needs for out number 1 here in the top of the 8th inning. 1 out here, and that'll bring up Dane Myers now. 1 out, and Myers coming to the plate. Dane Myers will take over. 264 average, 3 home runs, 17 runs driven in with a 7.23 OPS on the year. But thank you so much, everybody, for subscribing, getting over 800. We are now sub 200 away from 1,000 subscribers. As now stepping up, Myers coming to the plate here to face Clay Beats. Beats looking in, he comes set. Here comes the pitch now to Dane Myers. And that's going to be high and in ball 1 with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. And it will be a 1-0 count now. 1-0 here with 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. Top 8, 6-2 game. Beater, 5 pitches here in the 8th. The guy got the save yesterday. So now who do you go for the 9th? I mean, you could go to Will Dion, give him some time in the 9th inning, get Will Dion some experience. High leverage situation. The 1-0 is going to be right in there. Called strike 1 with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. So that'll even up the count at 1-1. Gets it right in there that time. So 1-1 now. Beater comes set. It'll be a 1-1 to Myers now. Here's the pitch. That's going to be check swing. Did he go? Yes! Says the home plate umpire. Backus doesn't even allow Hitter Myers pointed to the first base umpire, but Backus had already said he had went. So it'd be a 1-2 count now. Interesting there. They don't even go for the appeal. I thought they'd point down to first for an appeal, but no. So 1-2 here with 1 out in the top of the 8th. Beats. Come set. It'll be a 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive at the second baseman Nunez, and he makes the catch, ranging a few steps towards second base, and that's out number 2. Nunez has seen a lot of action now. There's 2 outs now. Nasim Nunez gets 2 balls in a row, and he puts them both away. So 2 outs now. That'll bring up Eugenio Suarez. Had a home run back in the 6th that felt like it had so much power to it and so much way on that home run. Now, it doesn't seem as much. Seems a little bit less now. So 2 outs. Beater at 8 pitches here. Here's the pitch to Suarez, and that's low ball 1 with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball to be a 1-0 count. Commentator, do you think Cruz will bat again? Sorry I missed this message. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Maybe. I don't think he will, actually. I'm going to say I don't think so. Hopefully you do us right. Yeah, be really nice. So 2 outs here. Beater sets. Here's the 1-0 to Suarez. That's going to be called. Strike 1 with a fastball, so it'll be a 1-1 count. I don't think Cruz is going to hit again. I'm sorry that I missed that message, though. 1-1 here with 2 outs. Beater looks in for his sign. He comes set right here. A scoreless outing in the 8th would be great. Here's the 1-1. Suarez takes a fastball in the dirt ball 2, so it will be a 2-1 count now. 2-1 here with 2 outs. Beater facing Suarez. Beater facing Suarez 1 for 3 on the day. He flew out, lined down, hit a bomb back in the 6th. I mean, we just thought there was a lot more to that home run. Opposing fans thought that home run was the game tire and the momentum was shifting. It shifted the Nationals way after that. 4 runs out of nowhere. The 2-1 is going to be upstairs ball 3, so it will be a 3-1 count now. You can't lose them like this. You can't walk them, though. 3-1 here with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Beater looking in for his sign. He shakes off. Now he got what he wants. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That is outside. Ball 4 with a slider. So now it begins. Runner at first here with 2 outs. Can't do this. You got to get him out right here. Got to get him out. You can't walk. So a runner at first here with 2 outs. That'll bring up CJ Abrams. CJ Abrams will come to the plate with a runner at first and 2 outs. Beater getting out of this would be huge. Just get out of it. Get ready for the 9th. Maybe out on some runs in the 8th inning. Make it no chance of being a save situation at all. Beater sets. Comes the pitch to Abrams. Swing and a miss at a slider low, and it's an 0-1 count. Good job there. Gets him to chase. Yeah, he's in batting in. Once again, you can never trust this bullpen. You can never trust this bullpen, especially the Nationals bullpen. Coming set to Beater. Here comes the 0-1 to Abrams. Beater goes to the plate. Sword swing on a slider, and it's an 0-2 count. Got sorted that time, so do 0-2 here with 2 outs. Let's go right there. 1 strike away from getting out of the 8th. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Top of the 8th, 2 outs, and a runner at first in a 6-2 game. Just trying to put this one away. 0-2 here with 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning. Beater looking in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. It'd be 0-2 here to Abrams. He waits. Now the 0-2. Swinging a fly ball, left field, but that one will get out of play. So do 0-2 again right here. Beater, getting this out would be great. Getting out of it right here would be awesome. Just right here, getting out of it. 0-2, 2 outs, top of the 8th inning. Man, Ruiz is, I'm assuming that gear, that is drenched. Ruiz is sweating a lot here. I mean, it was 94 degrees at first pitch. The 0-2, swing and a miss. At a slider away. Clayton Beater delivers with a strikeout, and the Nationals are out of the 8th inning scoreless. Let's go. Clayton Beater gets out of it with a strikeout, and that will end the inning. Good job by Clay Beats getting out of it in the top of the 8th, and that's out number 3. 1 man left on base after the walk. Went to the bottom of the 8th. Nationals 6, Cincinnati Reds 2, right here on District Nation as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Let's go. Get out of it right here. Just get out of it. Right. Yes. Getting out of it right there would be great. And also this bullpen. This bullpen, it's something else, and not in a good way. Maybe bottom of the ninth. I think Elly De La Cruz, it's McLean, Trevino, and Marte for the bottom of the ninth now. St. Brute to hit in the seventh. They need to send 5 batters to the plate. So here we go to the bottom of the eighth. It'll be K-Bear Ruiz. The K-Bear will hit first. Then it'll be Jorbit Vivas. And then Nasim Nunez. So those are the guys who are going to be into play. This will be great. Just get out of this right here. Get out of the ninth. Get runs on the board. My advice, get runs on the board right here if you can. So Ivan Johnson is going to bat eighth now. He's playing in Marte's spot. So Hector Rodriguez remains in the game as the right fielder. He hit in Key Brian Hayes' spot. So that was Rodriguez hit in Hayes' spot. Rodriguez, second big league hit. That's good for him, though. You got to give him kudos on that. In the seventh inning, he pinch hit. He is now in the right field. And then into the third base spot, in Marte's spot, slides in. You get, let me get here. So Marinaccio is the pitcher. Ivan Johnson goes to third base. He comes in the field in the seventh inning. So Ivan Johnson is now at third base. He's hitting eighth. And batting ninth is going to be Hector Rodriguez in right field. Should we go to the bottom of the eighth, everybody? Chaparro's still the DH for us as well. Beats meets the moment. Let's go. So now, is that Marinaccio back out there? Yes, it is. The pitch to Ruiz is outside. Ball one. It's a 1-0 count. Beats did meet the moment. Beats meets the moment. Good job by Clayton Beater. So now K-Bear will come up to the plate. He's 1 for 3 with a double in today's game. Had that big double. Put runners at second and third, setting up for the Chaparro hit as Ruiz laces the one to center field. Leaping play by De La Cruz, and he makes the catch on that line drive. De La Cruz is one tall shortstop. He's able to leap up and make that catch for out number 1. Has a big smile on his face. I think the thing is he's forgetting he's trailing by 4. But now, 1 out, that'll bring up Jorbit Vivas. A man who smiles in a 4-run deficit has obviously never seen a comeback. Here's the pitch to Vivas, and that is outside, ball 1. Where's Cruz? Yeah, Elly, yeah. Elly De La Cruz is at shortstop. He just made that play, so that is out number 1, though. And coming sets Marinaccio. The pitch to Vivas, swinging a foul ball on a cutter, and it's a 1-1 count now. 1-1 here. Or it looks like it should be 0-2 because that first one was a called strike. So I'm seeing 1-1 on the screen, but I believe it's 0-2 right here. Oh, it is 1-1, so it was a ball. So do 1-1 right here. So that screen is behind. We're going to need to update that one. Here's the 1-1 to Vivas. Is outside, ball 2. So it will be a 2-1 count now. Was looking at ESPN, relying on it too much. 2-1 here with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Marinaccio looks in for his sign. He comes set right here. Here comes the 2-1 to Jorbit Vivas, the pitch. Vivas swings and lines this one down the right field line hard, but foul. So it'll be a 2-2 count. And also forgetting he hasn't had a hit. Yeah, today Elly De La Cruz is 0 for 4. I love how everyone in here is talking about De La Cruz. Bottom of the 8th, 2-2, 1 out. Marinaccio at 15 pitches comes set. Here comes the 2-2 to Vivas. Swinging a foul ball again, this time third base side. Marinaccio, a 4.99 ERA over 37 games, 52 in the third innings worked, 42 strikeouts. So I hadn't said that yet. We said it now. Just get his numbers in there. It's been with Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. Claimed off of waivers after he was DFA'd as that pitch is upstairs, ball 3. DFA'd on August 3rd by the Pirates, and then the Reds picked him up, and he's here with the Reds now. He's with the Cincinnati Reds now. Doesn't even have a Reds picture. He's wearing a Pirates jersey in his picture. So 3-2 here, the 1 out. In the bottom of the 8th. Come on, just maybe get an extra run here. That'd be really nice. Just get an extra run. Marinaccio looking in. Looking in for his sign. He comes set. The 3-2 to Vivas. Swinging a fly ball left field. That one's fouling out of play. Good AB by Jorbit Vivas right here. Doing everything he can just to keep it alive right here. Doing everything he can to keep it alive. Keep getting runs right here. Do not make it a safe situation for the 9th. Marinaccio comes set. It'll be a 3-2 to Jorbit. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4. Vivas takes a walk. Let's go. So Jorbeat's going to take a walk, so there's a runner at first here with one out, and that'll bring up Nasim Nunez here with one out and a runner at first. Nasim Nunez will come to the plate right here. Nasim Nunez hitting .230. He has a home run this year, surprisingly. Not at Nationals Park. Had a few last year. Only has one this year, though. Here's the pitch. Nunez takes the fastball in there, called strike one, so it is an 0-1 count now. Marinaccio now at 20 pitches in the game in his relief appearance. Vivas over at first here with one out. Nunez up to the plate. Here comes the 0-1 to Nasim. Nunez swings and grounds. This one fouled on the first base line. It'd be no 2 count. Way to go, Vivas. Exactly, Vivas. Can't just say his name is Jorbeat Vivas or Vivas. You just have to say Jorbeat Vivas. There's a correct way to say his name, and there's an incorrect way to say his name. And it's all about the enunciation. Coming sets Marinaccio. Now time called here by home plate umpire Bacchus. Called by Nunez. And Smoonez is due for another homer. Yeah, Smoonez is due for another bomb right here. Only one on the season. It'd be really funny if Nunez went yard in this AB. That'd be hilarious. That'd be really funny. Here comes the 0-2 to Nunez. The pitch. Nunez swings and hits this one down the left field line and foul to 0-2 again. But that'd be hilarious if he did do that. He has little home runs in his career. Few home runs in his career. Does not have too much. Does not have too many bombs. Not too much pop. He has a lot of wheels. Nunez in his career, 5 home runs. Had 4 last year, surprisingly. The 0-2. Swinging a miss at a high fastball, and Nunez is down swinging for out number 2. That's Marinaccio's first strikeout after facing 6 batters now. 2 outs now, and that'll bring up Andres Chaparro, who pinch hit back in the 6th inning and had a double. So Chappie, in his pinch hit opportunity, took advantage of it and ripped a double. Once again, a pinch hit double for Chappie. So now Chaparro will face Marinaccio. The pitch to Chaparro. Swinging a fly ball, foul to be an 0-1 count. So I got to wonder for everybody else. Chaparro, who wears number 87. Long hair. What does everyone else think? Andres Chaparro with long hair. Maybe Mr. C has an opinion, but I don't know. I don't know how I think of Chaparro with the long hair, growing it out in the back. I mean, he's hitting bombs when he's doing it, so the long hair is providing him power. Here comes the 0-1 to Chaparro. And that's inside ball 1. Vivas on the move. The throw is not in time. Jorbeat Vivas swipes the bag right there. Let's go. That's in there for a strike, but it's going to be an 0-2 count now. But Vivas swipes a bag. He's now into scoring position here with 2 away. So Jorbeat swipes a bag. That's his first stolen base of his career. Good job, Jorbeat Vivas. He just stole his first career stolen bag. So it'll be 0-2 here with 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Chaparro. That's low and away ball 1, so it'll be a 1-2 count. Maybe Chaparro's turning into Samson, getting power from his hair. 1-2 here with 2 outs. Now it looks like Disney and Cosgrove are warming up. Tommy 2-pitch and Disney are both warming up in the bullpen. 1-2 here with 2 outs. To Chaparro. Marinaccio throws to Chaparro, and he swings and fouls his cutter back, so do 1-2 again. Maybe it's like Samson. Yeah, it's Samson. He's getting the power from the long hair. The more it grows out, the more power he grabs. Samson hair. He's been hitting home runs lately, and it may be because he's growing out his hair. But he's got to keep this length. He's starting to look like a girl with the way it's growing back. The too long and wavy. It'll be 1-2 here. I don't really like the look. The pitch. Swinging, he hits this one to right field. That's a base hit to right. Rodriguez up with it. Vivas rounding third. He's going to try to score. The ball's out of the glove of the catcher. He is safe. The catcher dropped the throw. Vivas comes sliding in, and he's safe. It's 7-2 now. Vivas was clearly out, but the catcher Trevino dropped the ball and tried to pick it back up, but Vivas slid into home. He is safe. Vivas was gunned. He was rounding third on a play. He was easily gunned. Trevino drops the throw, though, and Vivas comes sliding in, and Trevino just never had the ball. So it's a 7-2 game now. Chaparro now has 2 RBIs. Now he has 3, So Chaparro, 3 RBIs on the day. Driving in runs. Let's go. So a lot of RBIs. That time, it's Andres Chaparro with an RBI single. We might get another look at this one, though. They are going to challenge this call. So we'll have to see right here. But if he's safe, man, that'd be an interesting call. Vivas kind of got tied up with the catcher Trevino as he tried to slide into home. Vivas is saying he blocked the plate as well. Vivas is trying to say he blocked the plate. I agree. I think he blocked the plate. Catcher's kind of standing in front of the plate. He dropped the throw, and Vivas comes sliding in, and Vivas is angry because he's blocking the plate. So Trevino is blocking the plate, looking for the ball, so Vivas comes sliding in. Looks like he's there. I think he's there, and then Trevino picks up the ball. Didn't even seem like he had possession of the ball. So I think it's 7-2. I think they're going to end up saying this call stands. Trevino didn't have possession of the ball as Vivas comes sliding in. Trevino's blocking the plate. Vivas did not like that he's blocking there. Chaparro moves up to second, so he probably would be in scoring position here for Young if they end up saying this call stands. We'll see, though. Vivas did not like the call. So they're going to confirm the call. Let's go. The call is confirmed. So the call is confirmed, and Vivas is safe at home. So Vivas comes in to score. RBI single for Chaparro. What a play. I mean, right fielder got up with it quickly. Hector Rodriguez was up with it quickly. Trevino drops the throw, and then Vivas comes cruising in and a single for Chaparro. So looks like I'm just getting a notice here. Vivas touched the plate with his hand as Young, woof, that one hits him on the hand, so he's going to go to first. As the call is confirmed, they can't challenge anymore, so they can't challenge that. Young is hit by pitch on the hand, so he's going to take first. So just getting a word from the producer here. Looks like Vivas touched home plate with his hand. That is the ruling there. So he touched the plate with his hand. Now there's runners at first and second with CJ Abrams. Thanks to producer right there for the message there. But runners at first and second with 2 outs now. Well, here we go. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. CJ up to the plate. Marinaccio sets. Here's the pitch to CJ. Abrams takes a changeup way outside, ball 1. That were nowhere close at all. And everybody sends a run scored.
A-T-S, Nats, woo!
So looks like Tom Cosgrove is the only warming arm now. They have sat down Revolta. Here comes the 1-0 to CJ. Abrams takes a cutter outside, ball 2, so it will be a 2-0 count now. Nationals scored 7 runs in this game. The thing is, it's not unusual for the Nationals to do something like this. Abrams leading the league in RBI. Sal Stewart of the Reds close behind, just 1 behind. But the Nationals just love scoring runs as Abrams swings and misses on an outside cutter, and it will be a 2-1 count now. That one nowhere near the zone, but he does swing at it. So we 2-1 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Good job by Vivas then touching the plate with his hand on that play. Getting in the run, making it a 5-run lead now. Marinaccio sets. Here's the 2-1 Abrams. Abrams swings and fouls that cutter back, so to be a 2-2 count now. 2-2 with 2 outs, 2 runners on, with 2 runs scored for the Reds. So we got a nice little deuces situation right here. Deuces for CJ Abrams. Marinaccio comes set. It'll be another 2-2 to Abrams, or the first 2-2 actually. Here comes the pitch to CJ. Abrams takes a cutter low and in, ball 3, so to be a 3-2 count now. Abrams struck out a couple times tonight, has himself a double and a ground out. 3-2, 2 outs, runners will be on the move. But if Chappie gets even a 10-second head start, Jacob Young at first is still going to catch up to him. Chappie's so slow and JY so fast. Here's the 3-2. Abrams swinging a drive. Right field, but that one is foul. Second deck pop, but it did go foul. Elly is out, isn't he? Well, I think he's still in the game here. Abrams needs to go yard. We need a watch it fly call. Almost the one right there as Abrams pulled that one down the right field line. Got a good piece of it, but it did go foul. I mean, nice to get a home run. Now turning around, looking at second is Marinaccio, just to take a look at Chaparro. I mean, it's a 5-run game. Just pitch. I mean, it's not like Chaparro's a threat to go early. But still, runner at second here is Chaparro, and at first is Jacob Young. Young's going to catch up to him by the time Chaparro's at third base. Young's going to be at third, too. The 3-2 to Abrams. Abrams swings and lines this one up the middle. That's a base hit. Chaparro rounding third. He's going to score, and stopping at third is going to be JY. CJ Abrams delivers with a single up the middle, and it's now the Nationals 8, the Reds 2. Abrams just lines that one to center field, shows he doesn't need home run power, just lines one to center field. Chaparro able to score from second because he was on the move, and Young able to go first to third. So now, runners at first and third here with 2 outs. A 2-out rally's brewing now with 1 run scored after 2 outs. Let's go. All right, everybody. Let's do our chant then.
A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo!
So a single and a double for Abrams now, and runners at first and third. Looks like they're going to stick with Marinaccio right here, who's at 36 pitches now. So JY speaking with the third base umpire, Laz Diaz, just talking with him. Friendly conversation. Abrams talking to Corey Ray, the Nationals' first base coach. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th, and now a chance for Abimelec Ortiz, as Abrams with a single makes it an 8-2 game. Abi going to face Marinaccio in a lefty-righty matchup. Marinaccio sets. Here's the pitch to Abi. Ortiz takes a fastball upstairs, ball 1, so Lil Poppy up to the plate. Just a note here, that is CJ Abrams' 34th multi-hit game. 34 multi-hit games for Abrams. That's a little less than a third of the time he's hitting multi-hit games, the 1-0. And that's inside ball 2, gets away from the catcher. Young coming home, he is out on the play. Jacob Young trying to come home on that one, gets away from Trevino. Jacob Young did not have a great jump on that one. He has a late jump. He tries to come home, he is out. So that will end it, but the Nationals do get some runs. Andres Chaparro with an RBI single, and then CJ Abrams with an RBI single. It's now 8-2. 2 runs on the board as we head to the top of the 9th. 2 runs there with 2 hits in the inning. No errors and 1 runner left on base as the 2-1 ends up getting Jacob Young out. Abrams does move up to second on the wild pitch, but Young is out trying to escape home, trying to steal home. Really, the play was it got away from the catcher Trevino. So you see Trevino, the ball gets away from him. And Young starts towards home, stops, gets a little further, and then starts to go home. So Trevino has time to flip it up to the pitcher, Marinaccio, covering home for out number 3. I think he should have just held. He got too late of a break that time. Here we go to the 9th, everyone. It's probably going to be Tommy 2-pitch right here after 2 runs added on for the Nationals. It's a 6-run lead. See what you can get out of this right here. But a nice inning for the Nationals. They get a couple more as we head to the top of the 9th. Let's go. We're now 99 subscribers away from 900 and only 199 away from 1,000. So we're getting really close to 1,000 here, everybody. Just getting closer and closer every stream. It's like Aaron Nola just got to 2,000 strikeouts for the Phillies. He just hit that. Congrats to Aaron Nola. Not a Phillies fan or anything, but just congrats to him. So Tommy 2-pitch is going to take over right here. Tommy 2-pitch to take over for the 9th after Beater works a successful 8th inning. Tommy 2-pitch going to take over for the 9th. Tom Cosgrove, probably your specialist lefty right here, a good sweeper for him. 1 walk and then 1 strikeout for Beater, no hits or runs. As Tom Cosgrove, the first lefty out of the bullpen after 3 righties. You had the lefty starter, 3 bullpen arms that are righties, and then a lefty to try to close this one out. Lefty Cosgrove will face McLean, Trevino, and Johnson here for the top of the 9th to try to put this one away and put the series away. Oh, where's Elly? Is Elly going to bat? It is McLean, Trevino, Johnson, then Rodriguez, then De La Cruz. They'd have to bring up 2 extra hitters to get to De La Cruz. I don't think he hit today. I think his day is over. Cosgrove sets. Here's the first pitch and a sweeper. Sweeps back into the zone. There's that Cosgrove sweeper. You gotta love it. Mid-7 sweeper with a whole lot of movement. 9 games. He has a 3 ERA this season. He comes set. Comes the 0-1 from Tommy 2-pitch, and that is upstairs, ball 1 with an 89-mile-an-hour fastball. So it will be a 1-1 count now. 1-1 here with no one out in the top of the 9th inning. Let's go. Get the outs right here. Coming set is going to be Cosgrove. It'll be a 1-1 to McLean now. Here's the pitch. In there. Called. Strike 2 with a fastball. Clips the high and in part of the zone with the fastball that time. Doesn't need the sweeper. So it'll be a 1-2 count now. 1-2 here in the top of the 9th in a 6-run game. Nationals just trying to hold this one down. McLean will hit first. Cosgrove sets. The 1-2 to McLean. Sweeper, and this one is popped up. Ruiz looking for it in foul territory, but this one will get out of play. So do 1-2 again. The Nationals trying to get a victory in the City Connect jerseys. 1-2 here with no one out in the top of the 9th. McLean facing Cosgrove. Tommy 2-pitch wearing Bryce Harper's old number of number 34. There's a controversy over that in 2020 where people were very angry when Ryan Harper joined the team. Ryan Harper joined the team and wore number 33. The 1-2, swinging a foul ball on a sinker, and we'll do 1-2 again. Ryan Harper, spelled R-Y-N-E. Ryan Harper joined the team in 2020, a setup man, a good setup man, but people wanted him to wear number 34. Instead, he wears number 33. The guy played with the Nationals. In his career, had some time with the Nationals. Had 118 career games in 2020, pitched with them. The 1-2. Called strike 3 with a sweeper on the low and outside corner. Cosgrove flicks in the sweeper at 71 miles an hour for out number 1 to get the first out here in the top of the 9th. Tommy 2-pitch gets out number 1 here in the 9th. In 2020, he worked 23 games with a 7.61 ERA, 23 and 2/3 innings worked, 29 hits, 21 runs, but he wore number 33. Never wore number 34. Here's the pitch from Cosgrove. That's going to be called strike 1 with a sweeper. So it's an 0-1 count. He goes backdoor with a sweeper again. Played with Minnesota and D.C. At one point ended up with the Kentucky Wild Health Genomes. The 0-1 is outside ball 1. So to be a 1-1 count. So 1-1 here with a 1 out in the top of the 9th inning. Cosgrove steps back onto the rubber. That was an indie ball team in Kentucky. So he ended up at indie ball and then got released on July 4th in 2022. The 1-1, swinging a line drive, foul to 1-2 count. Talking a little about Ryan Harper, if anyone remembers him. A Nationals reference there, Coven arm. So 1-2 here from Cosgrove to Trevino now. I wanted him to wear number 34 too. That would have been cool. 1-2 here with 1 out in the top of the 9th. Cosgrove steps back onto the rubber. He looks in for a sign right here. He's got it, and he comes set. It'd be a 1-2. Here's the pitch to Trevino. Swinging a fly ball, right field, down the line, but this one will get out of play, so to 1-2 again. Or stays on the field, but goes into foul ground and foul, so to 1-2 again. Nationals could really use 2 outs right here. Get out of it. Get out of it quickly. And then we got the noon game tomorrow. 12-10 first pitch for the Nationals. They'll be taking on the Reds here at home for a very afternoon game. Starting at the earliest game, so they're probably going to be the first one done as well. 1-2 here with 1 out in the top of the 9th. Cosgrove comes set. The 1-2 to Trevino. Swing and a miss on a sweeper inside. Tommy 2-pitch goes inside with that sweeper for strikeout number 2 on the inning. First one swinging. 2 strikeouts in a row. Let's go. 1 out to get, and it's the hardest out in baseball.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
Good out that time by Tom Cosgrove. Go to work, Tommy. Tommy 2-pitch just going right to work. I'll find you guys a redirect location for after this game. Here's the pitch. That's low ball 1 with a fastball at 89. So to be a 1-0 count now. So I'll figure out where we're going for today's game. I'll find a location. 1-0 here with 2 outs. Cosgrove sets the 1-0. Swinging a fly ball. Center field, or right field, excuse me. Cruz coming in. Nunez going out. Dylan Cruz makes the catch for out number 3. And the Nationals are going to win this one by the score of 8-2. The Nationals get the win and the series. Let's go. The Washington Nationals get a series victory here under the lights. They take games 1 and 2 of this series. Final score, Washington Nationals 8, Cincinnati Reds 2. Let's go right there. They get the win. The Washington Nationals put it away. That is exactly what you need right there. The Washington Nationals get a series win after a tough road trip with a lot that happened. You had a ton of stuff going on. You had the trade deadline. You traded away Louis. Wood goes down to injury. And these boys are stepping up, and they still put up 8 runs. You get an interesting lineup tonight. You get a lot of the little guys. You get Vivas, Nunez, Abrams, Chaparro, Ortiz, Tenna. And these guys step up to have a great game. Let's go. Great call, DN. You have an amazing producer. Yes, the producer always giving the information. Monk says GG. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. What a game. The Washington Nationals able to put it away. They put it away in 8.5. They don't need that bottom of the ninth to get the win. But the Nationals put it away. You get no home runs in the game, but a 3-hit performance from combined Chaparro and Tenna. 2 hits for Andres Chaparro, which is really great. So Andres Chaparro getting what he needs to get done, which was really great. So we'll get you guys ready for the redirect as this postgame goes on. We'll be here for a second, but the Washington Nationals get the win. A series win. They bounce back to their old habits of winning series. Clayton Beeter gets credit for the win. I mean, it's just good that Kranick didn't get credit. I'm happy as long as Kranick doesn't get credit for the win. That's the only thing I don't want to happen. Everybody, we're going to head over to Orioles Birdwatcher for the rest of the day probably. Let's head over to Orioles Birdwatcher right there. We're going to head over to him. So we're going to head over to him in a second here. So you can head over to Birdwatcher to watch the Orioles-Rangers game. Mr. C says, way to go, DN. Another great stream. Thank you so much, Mr. C. Everybody, we will be back tomorrow at noon. We're going to be back tomorrow at noontime, lunch with District Nation. We're going to be covering the Sunday afternoon game. I'm 99% sure that we're covering that game. I'll put that stream in right after this. You can check that out and like it already. Final score, Nationals 8, Reds 2. Not too many home runs, but that big 6th inning. You get the Cruz double, Lyle RBI single, K-Bear with a double. And then you get Andres Chaparro with a pinch hit double. Sadly, Nunez can't score after walking. Kind of a bad idea for him to try to run on that one. He is fast, but I don't know really why we were sending him in that situation. I didn't really want him to run there. So it looks like we got Queslin Electric says, thanks, DN. Have a great night. Nice to meet you, man. Thank you so much, Queslin. Hope to see you soon. Thank you so much for tuning in, at least for tonight's stream, and hope to see you for many other streams. Thank you so much for tuning in, at least for this one. And once again, guys, thank you so much for helping us hit to 800 subscribers. Thank you so much for helping us hit 800 subscribers. Now, we're getting closer and closer to 1,000 every day. So thank you so much, everybody. I hope to see you tomorrow as the Nationals will try to take this series. They have Singer on the mound for the Cincinnati Reds, and the Nationals are still undecided, and now we're about 15 hours away from this game now. So for the Reds, it'll be Brady Singer. He is 5-10 on the year. Not great numbers with a 4.67. A realistic shot for the Nationals to try to sweep the Reds. On the other side, it could be Brad Lord. It could be Trevor Williams, possibly. We don't know. I'm assuming it's going to be Williams. I'll post that when I can on Instagram, and maybe I'll throw it in YouTube as well. But that's going to end it, everybody. I hope to see you soon right here on District Nation. Once again, watch it fly, Mr. Brooks. Thank you so much for joining the channel. He joined the channel. He joined Districts Nation. So thank you so much to all the members as well, including Mr. Brooks. Once again, watch it fly, Mr. Brooks, for joining Districts Nation. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Final score, Nationals 8, Reds 2. I will see you soon. Hope to see you tomorrow at noon for the series finale of this series. And the Nationals already lead 2-0. So all you can do by this point is go for the sweep or take the series win. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. And I hope to see you soon right here on District Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you soon.
This has been a broadcast of Sports Live Play-by-Play on District Nation, YouTube's home of DC Sports, home of the most Nationals, Wizards, and Commanders content. Brought to you by Watch It Fly Media. We'll see you soon, right here on District Nation.